Hail to thee, my kindred. I hope you're all having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and night, wherever and whenever you are. There is something in my eye. Why did it get in my eye the moment I clicked on this scene? I do not know. Ow. Your cat is sleeping on you, so you can't move. Oh, or have the audio too high. SMH. That's quite fine, that's quite fine. I need to... Oh, I almost forgot that I need to put like a little warning above, because this game does apparently have like flashing lights, I think. Let me just do that real quick. Game may have flashing lights. Okay, now I gotta pin my own comment. There we go. Pin that. There we go. Just in case, you know. And I also have to do that over on YouTube. Okay. How are you all doing, by the way? How are you all doing? I know Max has said he cannot sleep, which I'm sorry for you. Hopefully you find some time to rest. The body is a little silly sometimes. Okay, let's see. Do I remember how to do this on YouTube? There we go. That's pretty straightforward. So we are playing a little bit of a horror visual novel, you know, called The Mother Matron, and I don't know anything about it much, honestly. I kind of forgot the description of the game, so let me head over to the Steam and check it out real quick, just to give us the little synopsis, you know, the little synopsis of the game, because otherwise, what are we walking into, right? A story about a girl named Lizzie living in a miserable world and her journey to its darkest depths. Interesting. Lizzie is a girl living in the boarding, a walled city surrounded by fog. All who live here serve the mysterious Mother Matron, its revered leader who hasn't been seen in person in many years. Periodically, the Mother Matron selects residents to become surveyors, tasked with exploring the dark unknown tunnels that lie underground to find the key to a better future for the collective. The odds of survival are slim to none. It is an honor and a death sentence. One day, Lizzie finds herself in the draft. Uh-oh. So, it does not appear we will be having a good time as Lizzie. Lizzie may perish. Quite unfortunate. But, hey, that's just how it goes. If the game is too loud right now, do say so while I can still mess around with the volume. Honestly, it looks kind of okay on OBS, but you never know. You never know. For some reason, I thought I still had coffee, even though I drank all of it. Now I have my tea, and I just like looked over and I was like, coffee? It's like, no, I already drank it. Let's see. Anything else I may want to click on? We could click on the reduce flashing images, but you know, I'm not sure it's gonna be all that bad. If it is, we may think about it. I don't know. I feel like I think we'll be fine. We'll be alive. Ooh, achievements. This may be a little bit of spoilers, but who knows? Surveyor of Legend, Kiss of Life, whoops, beside you in time. I'm looking forward to joining you finally. The Midday Meat Pocket. Midday Meat Pocket. I don't like the sound of that. The tuned Radiohead. Cog-operated boy. Hate when that happens. Woofs. Paradise is to be on board, and Memento Dolores. Okay, so these are the, I guess, two endings, which I knew about, because the game description said there were two endings. And outside of that, yeah, that's all I know. I don't exactly know how we'll get to those two endings, or what the story has in store. I may have to move myself a little bit toward the corner so that I don't block any character sprites and whatnot. So allow me to sort of shimmy over here. There we go. I think we'll start. I think we'll be fine. I think the horror will not be too bad. We'll see though. We'll see. I'm a little spooked. Before we begin, please choose your difficulty. It does not affect the story or achievements. You can change the setting from the menu. I mean, yeah, change this from the settings menu at any time. Choose your difficulty. This setting controls how strict decision timers are during encounter scenes. Oh no, timed things. Already feeling a little tense. Alright, threatening. The intended difficulty. You've chosen threatening. This game has a variety of options to customize your appearance. At any time except when a choice timer is active, you can open the menu with right-click or escape on your keyboard. From here, you can also save, load, check the game's controls, or reread the most recent part of the story you've seen. Give it a try. The pessimist's credo, or one of them, is that non-existence never hurt anyone and existence hurts everyone. And that's why we don't trust them. The conspiracy against the human race. I am swept in the current of an inky black river of nothing. It feels familiar. I've been here before. Not the first time, not the last time. It's never the last. I always think it's going to go on forever, and yet... Yellow. What the hell is that supposed to be? At first I thought it was like a ceiling light. Oh no, this is like a doctor's office type thing. Why is there the sounds of flesh? Ew. Wakefulness. Somehow my consciousness stirs. Where am I? Good question. I feel so strange. So deeply numb. Lost. I rack my brain trying to make sense of these things. The questions that should have obvious answers, none come to me. Who am I? What has happened to me? What do I know? That's probably the best question to ask. What do I know? I know I exist. I know I breathe. I know this room is disgustingly warm despite its cold, cold walls. I know the horrible wet sound is driving me mad. Hey! Me too! I know red blood flows through my veins. I know my heart pumps the blood beat by beat. I know the inside of my stomach bubbles and burns with acid. True. I still don't understand how that works, but, you know, I don't like to think about it too hard in the first place. It's the idea of there being acid in your tummy. It's a little... it's a little odd, you know? It's a little weird that your body can just have that in there and be fine. I know my bladder feels like it's about to burst, filled with urine. Icky. Go pee. I know my intestine pipes feces through over a meter of contracting meat tubes coiled in my belly. That's true. But not much else. I don't remember what distinguishes me from any other sack of meat. Why is that the few things we remember? Well, I have blood, I can poop, I can piss. I've got acid in my stomach. That's very few things to remember. And I close my eyes. And if you close your eyes, uh-oh, uh-oh. Somehow it feels like I'm scrambling around on the floor, looking for a real, tangible thing. I see it there. It's under a big old shelf. It's got boxes and Boxes of memories, dreams, regrets, nightmares. I reach back as far as my mental arm can reach, underneath the shelf full of old baggage. The thing is rattling. The stuff rides unpleasantly, and I can feel eyes glare at me. The weight of the shelf is crushing my arm. The act of recalling is in itself painful. It would be easier to just leave it all there, in the dark, where it might be forever forgotten. Just like most of the people that were sent down here into the hopeless tunnels. Not very pleasant, I see already. Not a good mind space to be in, considering our circumstances. To the place I lost myself and everything. But no, I won't forget. I have to remember, or no one else will. I reach back further. The weight of a sharp corner starts to scrape layers of skin as I reach further in. Finally, my mental hand clasps around something. A small and soft object that compressed under my fingers. I pull my arm out from under the shelf. A sharp corner gouges my arm open. A crimson river runs rapid and splashes onto the floor. That's a very imaginative mental scenario. Except, how? My arms never moved. I'm not even bleeding. I felt it though. I felt my skin shredding. I heard the sounds. I can even still feel the object between my fingertips. What am I holding? A spoon. Why? It was just what I was looking for. Memories. Memories don't just live inside you. They live inside the things around us too. The stuff we hold, where our hands have left their mark. In my hand is a memory. It was like a bubble of smoke. It popped in my hands, the vapors hovered faint in the air, but it's a start, a pathway to move. Yes, I'm starting to remember now. Lizzie, that's it. That's my name. Lizzie, the, I don't know, I try to come up with like a nickname. I could not. My name is Lizzie. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lizzie. And that's only the start of the trial. Trial by combat or trial of the court? I have to follow it. It's easier to live through a memory when you can share it with someone. You'll listen, won't you? Oh, sorry, random yawn. You'll help me retrace my steps? I don't think I have a choice. Good. Good. Oh, but where to begin? Where should the dark fade? Where should I...
Wake up!
There's voice acting. I wasn't expecting that. Wake up, huh?
Finally. Jeez. You were out cold, Liz.
Ooh, okay. What? I'm covered in sweat. My eye is darting around like flies. The hangover of a deep dream clings to me like glue. We appear to be in a place that gets stuff made, I think. What do they call these little, like, factories? I don't remember. Sewing? I guess sewing factories. In front of me is the blurry shape of a person, a young man. He's staring at me with concern and frustration. Where am I? Who are you? He frowns at me.
You really were out there to the world, huh? You're at the workshop, Lizzie. In Pack Rat, where you work. And I'm technically your boss, though I like to think we're all on the same team here. My name is Fred.
Fred. What a name. It's a pretty standard name, nothing wrong with that.
Starting to ring any bells yet?
No, right. I work. I have a job, right. I kind of cover cover our character here. I have a job, right? And what do I do? Oh my goodness, lady, how do you not remember? You did say we can change our appearance. Why is that? History, achievements, settings, controls. That's where we save, right there. And they still cover our character sprite. Let me see if I can I'll just shimmy myself over in the other direction. There we go. Next to the lamb puppet. Next to the pupperino. The lamb pupperino. The silly goober. The consumer of the cheese. Right. I work. I have a job. Right. And, what do I do? Looking at him now, Fred gives me the impression of a chubby bear. His face almost has a snout. His nose twitches back and forth when he's not talking. Maybe it's dust irritating his nostrils? He pinches the bridge of his nose and closes his eyes.
Please tell me you're kidding.
I guess it's not that hard to deduce when there's a sewing machines throughout the room and I am seated at one. Clearly I sew. I think I may have sewn the sweater I'm wearing. I must be good at it too. It's soft and comfy. Feeling the fabric beneath my fingers, the memory feels vivid. I can see myself hunched over a sewing machine, thread by thread, making a new piece of me. Then again, I can see little scars speckled in on my fingers. Were they scars of experience or scars of clumsiness? Is there a difference? Let's say it was the former. I let out a little chuckle and a smile. Yeah, I am. Had you going there, huh? In truth, I'm only half kidding, but I'm hoping I'll start remembering the other parts once I wake up more. Fred doesn't find the joke quite as funny.
You people sometimes.
Whoa. What do you mean, you people?
Tell you what, Lizzie. You're clearly running low on steam. I really shouldn't do this, but you need the rest. The Mother Matron won't appreciate your slacking. Perhaps you can make it up in the coming weeks. Go home, get some sleep. Maybe stop by Spruce's clinic too. Get a checkup.
This was really unusual. I basically never get time off. Maybe 3 days a year at most. Can't recall the last time I was ever let off early from a shift either. I must really look terrible. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take any chance to catch up on sleep. Okay. Now I'll go home. Except, where even is home? Wake up, Lizzie. I sit there for a moment, trying to remember where to go. Girl. Wake up!
Lizzie! Go!
That is not waking up. And Fred does not look very, very happy. Yes, sir. What was that? I'm just tired. Yeah, that's it. Just tired. Wearily, I stumble out of the shop. I feel exhaustion in my bones, aches and throbbing pain deeply seated in my flesh. There is a dreamlike haze resting on the world around me. It feels unfamiliar. Clearly, this is a place I should know. I work here, supposedly. And yet, I have no idea where I am. I pat my pocket, hoping to find a clue. I find a small notebook. Okie dokie. No buy, forgot. Brat Pack, okay, that's our workplace. Bricktown, Market, West Wall. It's all West Wall, or is that the west? This is east and then north and south. Junks. Just junks, that's it. I open it and start rummaging through it. Before long, I find this. Shipyard, my house. Okay, that is east wall. East wall and west wall, no north or south. Matron's Plaza. Interesting, interesting. Oh my goodness. I swear, those are not yawns of boredom. It is just me being just sleepy. My sleep schedule has been off once again. Unpleasantness. I open it and start thumbing through. Before long, I find this. A map. Right, I remember better now. I am in Rat Pack, a place filled to the brim with stuff and junk and things, and too few people to manage it all. We all try our best, though. Most resources that get harvested from the massive garbage piles and junk or from elsewhere within the boarding are stored here. Some goods like clothing and tools are also manufactured here. Every building here in this district is some kind of workshop or storage warehouse. Some are packed so full that you risk getting trapped or crushed to death trying to squeeze through, though fortunately the place I work at was a little roomier. Damn, it's alright. Kind of work conditions they got. It's overseen by the Headmasters Union, a group that loves to hoard and knows how to do it well. They know how to make the best use of this space. Fred's apparently one of the better ones to have. I wouldn't know, I don't really like him, but sometimes something about sewing makes me really happy. It's fun to do. I like the way it feels to carefully make the perfect stitch. I love the sound of sewing machines. There's something about it too. You know you're making something that's gonna keep someone warm and happy. Doesn't that just seem wonderful? I mean, sure, you have purpose, you have drive. That can only be a good thing in this kind of environment, for sure. Anyways, more broadly speaking, I'm in the boarding, in the town I call home. It's the town I call home. It's the only home I've ever known. A town protected by makeshift walls made from whatever was available. Scrap metal, old furniture, repurposed rubber scavenged from the skeleton structures that were here before us. Rubber from structures? What kind of structures get made out of rubber? Outside the walls is an endless miasma of fog that obscures things. No one really seen what's out there, though. You can sometimes hear strange sounds if you're on the wall. Forever ago, a group made an excursion outside of the walls, hoping to find more resources, maybe other people to help us, or that could join the fold under our Mother Matron. They never came back, but the mists were silent for a few weeks. So we're alone. It's up to all of us to make the most with the little we have, for the collective, for our dear Mother Matron. It's difficult, though. It always feels like things are only a few steps away from falling apart. A lot of people go without. Not everyone gets along either, even with how important it seems for all of us to stick together and support the collective. I mean, that's just human nature. You're not gonna like everybody. You're gonna dislike some people, you know? For whatever reason that may be. Maybe you're jealous of their positions, what they have, where they are. Humans are good with being a little envious of one another. Or they sometimes just have legit reasons to not like one another. Really depends, really depends. To put it another way, if I had to describe this place, I guess I'd say it's like a half-empty glass, filled with dirty water. Fragile, too. Well, that's certainly a description. Does that make any sense? Well, it does to me, anyways. Metaphors aren't important right now. I have a rough idea of where I'm going, though the detail on the map leaves something to be desired. Thanks, past me. I'll figure it out. My memory is just hazy from being so tired. Let's hope that's it. And so I pick a direction and start walking. The journal has been unlocked. When the journal icon is shown on the top right, you can click it or press J the J key to open the journal. Whenever new entries are unlocked, the icon will have a red next to it. Red exclamation point, just like it does right now, next to it. The journal will not be available during any timed choice moments. Great. My shoes are old and worn, offering a meek defense against the hard ground. The streets bend and curve in ways that don't make much sense to me, like they twist inwards in themselves. I swear if I was to map them out, I would find a trail that goes straight through the buildings I walked past before. It feels lonely walking by myself, though I can hear some small signs of life around me. The sounds of people lifting and moving things, machines yelling, crying, sounds of pain. Don't focus on it, Lizzie. You know that's bad for you. You know you can't handle it. And besides, everyone has to do their part. Everyone has to go through hardship. We're taught from the first wake that it's vital to your soul. The first wake, huh? That sounds a little cultish, you know? Yeah, that's a nice little image. May your spirit grow like the calluses and working hands, or on the soles of your feet, so the Mother Matron says. In other words, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You grow through adversity, and by the end of everything, you're the best person you can be. And that is the hope. That is, in fact, the hope. Let me take a little... Oh, can I screenshot that? I don't know how to screenshot in these games sometimes. Usually there's like a button for that. Oh well. Gives all the hard parts of your life a kind of silver lining, or at least that's what I take from it. It's one of the mother's lessons that we're all supposed to that we're all exposed to early on. I think it because it helps you prepare you for life here. Squeak! Oh, I accidentally stepped on a rat. Oh no. Oh, that's a lot of rats. That's just a wave of them. There below the streets is a tunnel full of murky water and thousands of rats scurrying for dear life through endless canals. I doubt the poor things even know where they're going. And the one I stepped on somehow managed to climb its way up out of the grating, but I managed to scare it back into where it came from. It looked different than rats usually do. It looked cute even. I kinda feel awful. The poor thing deserves a better life. Underneath the streets of the boarding is a network of tunnels designed to funnel the endless swarm of rats beneath our feet. Why is there an endless swarm of rats? Is this our food source, man? If so, must be an awful thing. The waters flow and the rats fight and wrestle each other to breach the surface for oxygen. They almost form a net of bodies. A constant struggle. It's said that the river was a gift from the Mother Matron to help sustain the growing population that developed during the boarding's early days, sprang from the ground like a geyser. It's not clear where the river extends to. At the start, the river was small, then it grew, then it began to flood homes. The rats began eating people alive. It was almost a war. How do you go from like, yes, nice sustenance to, yeah, the rats are eating people. There's too many. They are consuming us right now. Genuinely frightening. But, hey, I guess I was right about the whole food thing. I'm gonna press buttons real quick, just to see which one, does something. Oh. Okay. And that does that. Did not mean to do that. There we go. Back to normal. There is that at the top of the screen. I hope that goes away. Don't press that button. J is the journal.
Self-voicing enabled.
Oh.
Self-voicing disabled.
Okay, good to know that's a button. Okay, does not seem to be a screenshot button. As far as I can tell. At the start, the river was small, then it grew, then it began to flood the homes. The rats began eating people alive. It was almost war. The tunnels were made to keep them at bay. Thousands and thousands of rats compacted against each other, covered in water, unknown slimes, and mother knows what else. Thick, gross clumps in their fur. Our primary source of meat and water is this endless river of rats. I think one of the worst jobs you can have here is to be a rat catcher. You spend all day using spears to poke rats out in the bunches. The most desperate use their hands, which is an awful idea. The rats that get pulled out alive get handed to workers with clubs and hammers, and they, you know, it's bloody and disgusting. Then the butchers have to rend the flesh and sort it. I couldn't do that. I don't like the idea of killing. I really don't like it. I've seen what it looks like for life to drain out of living eyes. It makes it hard to sleep. Yeah, I can eat meat, but I don't really like looking at it when it's not cooked. I don't like to think about where it came from. Does that make me a hypocrite? Probably. Nah, I feel like that makes sense. The hunger is overwhelming, though. Plus, the Mother Matron made this river for us. It would be disrespectful to not use it. There's almost a complicated system of diverting tunnels and filters to help get deratted water. This water is supposed to go through treatment to be made sanitary, but the efficiency can be questionable depending on the day, who's working the cleaning, and what supplies are on hand. I don't want to think about this anymore. I decide to keep walking. Let me click on the journal real quick. There's Lizzie. That's me. I'm just a regular girl who works as a seamstress out of Rat Pack. I'm really good at it. I briefly served as a nurse, but seeing so much death and suffering was too much for me. I can't stand blood. Some people think I'm strange for this, but I read in the library once about words that were called curse words. Oh goodness, they don't know about curse words? I don't know what the curse does, but I avoid using them ever since. Something about them also feels wrong to say, you know? I try to warn others too, but I usually get told to F off. I realized a long time ago that it's not my business to tell other people how to speak. I also love beetles. They're so cute. I really want to get one as a pet one day. Well, if they're just around, can't you just, like, catch one in the box, you know? I suppose feeding it would be the problem. What do you even feed a beetle in this kind of environment? Places, the boarding, the Rat Pack, Mother Matron. Factions, the Headmasters Union, Allowance Authority, I don't think they've been mentioned yet. The financial arm of the Mother Matron. This is where drachma coins are produced and distributed from. Scrap metal from junks are brought here to be melted down and stamped with a die bearing the Mother's mark. It's not really clear to me why these pieces of metal are equivalent value to things like food and clothes, but I suppose it is about what the coins represent. They represent the Mother's love. You'll never survive without Mother's love in this world. First awake. Okay, so this is just like extra info. That's kind of cool. The moment in which The moment in which a person first begins life in the boarding, the experience happens in one of two ways: being born here or from the waters of the nursery. In the waters In the warm waters of the nursery's basin, living bodies rise to the surface periodically at different stages of development, most commonly aged around infant to toddler, but some awake with the bodies of young adults. Traditional births are exceptionally rare as the mortality rate is much higher for native-born children. I think there has been 3 native-born that survived into adulthood. It was a miracle that they did, as they seemed to have much weaker constitutions and were far more prone to illness. The struggle for resources does not help either. They're not alive anymore. It is up to debate whether newborn survivors are lucky or not. Me, my first wake was in the nursery. Okay, so people are barely born, and there seems to be a way for people to be created through this nursery basin, and they come at different stages, although most come as like little, toddlers, I suppose. That's so weird. And they seem to be more resilient to the environment too, at least in comparison to the native, born. And only 3 have survived into adulthood. So strange. So basically, basically everybody is from the nursery basin. An endless river of water and rats that runs underneath the street of the boarding. Be a bountiful gift from the Mother Matron. It started with hundreds, then it became thousands, then it became thousands of thousands. They flooded people out of their homes. Some people were even eaten alive in their sleep. It took a lot of hard work from the collective to find a way to keep the flow managed. It's a miracle the rat sewers hold up as well as they do. And there's only a few eruptions each year. It is the primary source of water and protein for us. Insects, particularly flies, are a close second. Some people eat cats, but most get too attached to them to want to harm them. Plus, they help with the rat spillovers. It's mainly the desperate or the sadistic that decide to eat them. Fair, I suppose. I wish we had birds. Think of how a chicken must taste. I've read about them in books from the pack rat library, and they seem like they'd be a lot more filling. Though, maybe we shouldn't eat other living things. They deserve life too. Sometimes, I wish the growl of my stomach wasn't so loud. Okay, the allowance. The Mother Matrons rewards people for their contributions to the collective through allowances, stipends of metal coins called drachma, or drax. The Headmaster Union has a close relationship with the allowance authority, so jobs in the Rat Pack are usually the most reliable way to earn an allowance. The work is brutal and the payouts are pretty bad, but it's a living, I guess. You read? I do read. And how are you doing, Tough? What game is this? The Mother Matron. It's a visual novel, a horror visual novel it seems, and I'm just going through our little journal that our character Lizzie has. There is it is very strange. Most of the population, based off of what I've read, is not, naturally born and comes out of, a basin of water in a nursery. There's only been 3 native-borns that have lived into adulthood, but they tend to have a rougher time actually surviving to adulthood because of, I guess, the environment being as harsh as it is. It's like a weird little post-apocalypse type of thing, where they're in, a walled city, and it's not very pleasant in there. And the Mother Matron seems to be like a figurehead. I don't know if it's meant to be like a literal figurehead. It seems more so religious. But I don't know what it's meant to represent just yet. Apparently she gifted the people with rats. The rats that come in the tunnels nowadays. And that's their main source of protein. They eat rats and get water from the same tunnels as the rats come from. So, pleasantness, I suppose. Is not a standard thing in these parts. The core teachings that the Mother Matron imparts on us to help us strong, to keep us strong in this world. She teaches that we must stay united with one another, to build a strong community that can thrive and preserve the Mother Matron's legacy. She also teaches us that suffering and misery are an essential part of being alive. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and you will learn to do whatever is necessary to stay alive, even if it means hurting someone close to you. The misery you inflict on others is just as valuable to the growth of others too. I find these ideas to be opposition with each other, and the idea that causing harm to others is sometimes necessary is bad to me. Not to worry though, the school assures us they are harmonious goals. Who am I to question the mother's wisdom, I suppose? There is something peaceful in putting my hopes in her hands. So far, I feel like she's guided my life well. It puts into context the forces that drive life, I think. Not the rats. You're here for this? Good. Headmaster Fred. That's like the first character we met. My boss. He's a big angry bear of a person. He's always either snarling at you or shouting at your eardrums to pieces. It's conflicting. He's awful to me, but he genuinely seems to treat me better than he treats his other employees. I'm chosen the most of delivery duty, which is the only break from the routine we can occasionally have. He gives me more days off than he does everyone else, even if it's only a few days. I'm really not sure why he treats me so differently. It kind of weirds me out. This is supposed to be a portrait of Mother Matron. There's jobs in this world, worst part about it. And they barely get paid. The dear leader of the boarding, the one that helped make life here possible. Here from the very start. The one we work hard to show love to. The original residents found themselves in a world of famine and desolation. They lived out of the skeletons of old buildings from a world gone by. She appeared before the originals like a miracle and bestowed gifts of knowledge and sustenance to provide a fighting chance at survival. Her ideals have been passed down from generations and shaped the boarding as a whole. Her appearance to the public became more sparse over time. She communicates exclusively through letters delivered by the posters. The only way we really have an idea of how she looks is from the paintings of an armless artist named Nia Kretsu. She supposedly received visions from the Mother Matron in her dreams. The artist depicts her as a beautiful white-robed woman with a necklace wearing a symbol we call Mother's Mark. This will be your last stream of the week. After today, you're going to vacay in North Carolina. Ooh, North Carolina, Caroline. That's gotta be lovely. I'm hoping you have a great little vacation there, that you get to visit whatever you're visiting. I'm assuming you're visiting stuff. I don't know, or maybe you're just visiting family. But if you are visiting stuff, may you have a good time. Either way, whether it's for family or just going to cool places. I don't know why that, like, swallow kind of hurt me. Rat fishers. Okay, why is this the drawing of the rat fishers? Okay, Headmasters Union, a dedicated group of hoarders that love arranging and filling spaces and delegating to others. They treat everything, including people, like puzzle pieces to organize the world. As unpleasant as they can be, there's only so much room in the boarding to work with, and a lot of people need things. They are unfortunately necessary to keep things functioning here. You two going to the city of to Charlotte City to see a basketball game, and you'll be back after soon, TM. Are you a rat hunter? No, we're a seamstress. We work at like a sewing place, apparently. Allowance Authority, the financial arm of the Mother Matron. This is where drachma coins are produced and distributed from. Scrap metals from the junks are brought here to be melted down and stamped with the dye bearing the Mother's Mark. It's not really clear to me why these pieces of metal are equivalent value to things like food and clothes, but I suppose it's about the coins, what the coins represent. They represent Mother's love. You will never survive without Mother's love in this world. Rat fishers. A humble but bloody profession, a job where you stand around with a spear and poke rats out of the river, or you're one of the sifters that picks through the piles looking for rats that aren't water-bloated corpses or horribly diseased. About 1 in every 500 rats are suitable for consumption. Many that are below the threshold are boiled for hours and sold at a lower price. In case someone even finds this journal out in the world and happens to snoop, I'm sorry for the drawing. Janie stole my journal when we had lunch one day. She thinks she's so funny. Okay, we have a buddy, I suppose. Janine. And 1 in 500. No wonder we're like starving in this place. Like, no wonder she mentions like being so hungry. It's like only 1 in 500 are actually suitable for consumption, and the other ones just get boiled for long enough that they might be safer to eat. Alright. This place. It's hard to see. There's a thick fog here. I forgot what this place was called. No. That's literally it. It's called Forgot. The name came from a guy that got domed by a porcelain dog that fell from the sky in the junks. He was in the same state of mind I've been in today, I guess. Stupid how that works. It's been a while since I've been here. I never like to come here. If it wasn't for Spruce, I would stay out of it. I'm not superstitious or anything. The fog doesn't scare me. I'm not even really worried about AC gang losers trying to attack me. They've been causing trouble in the area more than usual recently. What? Dogs from the sky? I think they meant like a little statue, a little porcelain statue that just like fell on some guy. No, just, well, not very good memories. I'd have been okay if I didn't remember anything from about the time I spent here. I used to live here. It wasn't bad for a time, but then Blood Friday happened. Something in the place changed for me after that was over. I could never sleep. Living in the shipyard sucked, but at least I sleep there. At least I can sleep there. I need to, like, read better. I find Spruce's clinic and head inside. Healthy living? No, healthy eating? Healthy living. It's like, sir or ma'am, we eat rats. And flies. And maybe cats, depending on whether you're a sadist or not. Hello? Spruce? You here?
Yes, I'll be right there. Stitching someone up back here. Please, take a seat.
I sit down on a stiff chair with minimal padding. It makes my tailbone ache, but I'll endure it. Spruce is a sweet person. She's a healer. Some say a miracle worker. I guess we know her by first name because our character supposedly worked at the nursery here. Or as a nurse in this place at some point in time. And I've seen her under pressure. I've seen her pull so many people from the brink of death. She's simply the best there is. If she can't fix you up, you're probably out of luck. Some people with minor issues usually visit her apprentices for care, while Spruce handles those in critical need. Spruce and I have been friends for a long time. We met during the Blood Friday massacre. The ACs and a handful of smaller gangs raided what used to be the market square. The gangs wanted to use their collective power in numbers and penchant for violence to secure themselves the biggest pool of resources possible, and they were optimistic that they could funnel all the limited wealth in the boarding into their pockets. They succeeded in taking the region and driving everyone out, but their excessive force and violence left very little behind for them to claim. Damn, not superstitious? This world is nothing but superstitiousness. I suppose it's like relative to what is considered fact. Because you got to remember, right? Like, to them, so far, like, to us, like, yes, that seems like superstition. But to them, this isn't a superstition. Mother Matron was an actual person. And she existed. And she gave them stuff miraculously, you know? And they have people that come, well, toddlers and infants mostly, but sometimes grown people that come out of a nursery water. So, like, I don't know, man. Sometimes this world's superstitions or superstitious nature is just the natural world for them. I suppose other things would be superstitions, but I'm not exactly sure what would be considered superstitious in this world. They didn't get nearly as much as they wanted. Many of the buildings there were burnt down. They weren't going to let that stop them from making the space their new home, though. Everyone's glad that those cruel jerks stay in their own space now, but I wonder for how long. Anyway, during the mess, I helped out with the tending to the wounded. Spruce and I got to know each other a lot during that. She wanted me to join her as an apprentice, but I couldn't stomach it after what we went through. It was too much for me. I never wanted to see anything like that ever again. Fair? We already saved. I don't know why I was trying to save again. It's like, I feel like that's fair, you know? You help people during a crisis, and after the crisis, you're like, yeah, that's enough for me. That's enough traumatic things to see for me. Any day now. Any day now. Ah, there she finally is.
Ah, Lizzie. Been a while. Those are some dark bags under your eyes. Working long hours? Not sleeping lately?
Guess not. I passed out at work today. Fred gave me the day off. Pretty sure he'll kill me, though, if I'm not back tomorrow.
Ah, of course he would.
She doesn't waste time. By the way, is like the stuff loud enough? Because I want to make sure that the voice acting especially is, loud enough for you guys to hear. I feel like it's loud enough, but, just in case I'm asking, because I'm a little paranoid. She doesn't waste time. She checks my blood pressure, pulse, shines a light down my ears, nose, and mouth. Lightly, it strikes a mallet on my knee. That works. Yeah, it's good. Good. I look around the room. It's different from the last time I visited. I'm amazed you found the time to decorate the place. It's looking good.
Oh, thanks. I squeeze in a little here and there. Usually when I have to watch someone close while they sleep.
That's a creepy way of putting it.
Oh, you know what I mean. Folks in recovery.
It's like, while I watch people sleep. It's like, yeah. I mean, that is literally what she's doing. That is part of the job, I suppose.
Anyways, I'm proud of how it's looking. Genuinely can't believe I found that poster in such nice condition.
I like how there's a skeleton, like
turned out too.
a fake skeleton with no head. Happy about now the phoenixes turned out. Oh, I missed that up there. Okay, that's what she's talking about. You can't see it behind the chat. It's kind of covering it. But there's like birds. I thought they were like roosters. Apparently they're phoenixes. I guess that makes sense. Maybe this is meant to be like fire. Or feathery. It could be feathers of fire too. Maybe. I look toward the bone head at the side of the room. What about him? Is that a real skeleton? Spruce checks my heartbeat and my lungs using a stethoscope.
No, it's plastic. A patient that scabs and junks a lot gave to me as a thank you. Trust me, if I wanted to get a real skeleton, I wouldn't have to look very hard.
I mean, yeah. That's a little creepy, though. I think she expects me to laugh, but I don't. She shoots me an apologetic glance. I let it go. I know she didn't mean to upset me.
Really wish I had a skull, though.
She nods and puts the stethoscope down.
Everything seems good from what I
puts
can
down the
see.
stethoscope.
But that's just what I can see. Tell me how you're doing. Anything odd lately? Odd sensations, pain, nausea, shortness of breath, stuff like that?
I'm a little sore, but I think that's just from overworking. Maybe bad posture and being tired. The voice acting is a little low for the game. Yeah, this particular voice. The other one was more fine. The one for Ted, but this one is a little lower. I'm not sure why. Voice volume is like all the way up though.
Hi, hello. Hi, hello.
Maybe I'll just lower the music a bit, and then the sound a bit, and then up it on the OBS so that you can hear the voice more properly. Hopefully it like levels out. Let me see. Raise that to like 7.5 maybe. Let's just leave it at like 7. Maybe that'll work better. I've also been seeing things.
Hmm? What kind of things?
Sometimes I'll be just standing there or sitting there and the world suddenly shifts. Like right before my eyes, it turns into something horrible. Horrible sounds, flesh growing where it shouldn't be, things that aren't really there. My heart starts beating really fast and I freeze, terrified, and just like that, the world's back to normal and I'm panicking over nothing. My dreams are really strange too. You can't really tell, but it'll do. Damn it. Maybe up it on my end. I'll up it to like 80. My dreams are really strange too. When I woke up at the workshop, I forgot where I was. You don't believe me, do you? She shakes her head. Wasn't what she meant.
I actually do believe you. Just thinking. Wish I could say this is the first time I've heard something like that, but...
But?
Well, some of the mumblers...
Spruce stops herself, then simply shakes her head. Okay, that's a bit better. Thankfully. I think that might be a thing for this game. It was, I'm not mad about it. It was a free game, so like, you know, it can be whatever quality it wishes to be. But I think the voices are maybe of different clarity. Spruce stops herself, then speaks. Damn, I can't read. Spruce stops herself, then simply shakes her head.
For now, I'll give you some medicine that should help with the anxiety. Stop back for regular checkups, and we can keep an eye on it. See how it develops.
What's in it? She puts her finger to her lips. Shh.
My latest and so far most effective concoction, or so my patients tell me.
She's lucky I trust her implicitly. Thanks, Spruce.
Anything else worrying you today?
No, I think that's it. Fred gave me some days off to go sleep, so I'll go do that once I leave.
Alright, that's good. I don't see anything else abnormal with you, so I think we're done. Oh, I'll give you some tea that you can drink that can help you fall asleep if you have trouble, just in case. While I go get stuff together for you, can you run that bucket of food over there to the shack out back?
To the mumbling shack, you mean?
Yeah. It's about lunchtime, and they need to eat. Would you mind?
I don't like the idea. What are the mumblers, you know? No, not at all.
Great, thanks. There's keys hanging up by the door.
I grab the bucket, which is full of some carefully assembled sandwiches wrapped in paper, and head out. Let me see, will our notes give us any information on that? Not really. We do have other things though. AC Gang, a massive group of thugs that embraces the Mother Matron's teaching of growth through adversity to its darkest extent. They are convinced that it is their moral obligation to help spread misery and hardship around as much as possible. Conveniently, they also believe this means that they are entitled to things others have, as their sacred duty should entitle them to more of the Mother's favor. Every member is missing some part of their body. They try to keep their practices secret, but it is speculated that part of the initiation process involves cutting off a part of your body to demonstrate your capacity for sacrifice for the good of all things. The bigger the portion, the better. Can you imagine that? Surveyors. This is the chosen surveyors tasked with exploring the crepuscle? Crepuscle? It's an honor and a curse that none wish to bear. Surveyors work as the Mother Matron's hands, sent to explore the depths of the crepuscle. None knows why, No one knows why. We are just told that the future of the boarding rests in the success of these expeditions. To date, none have been successful. The Mother Matron selection process is opaque, but it always happens in the form of letters slipped under the door, maybe placed delicately on the bed or your writing desk. It sits there with a bright red seal featuring the mother's mark. Once you receive one, your life is, as you know it, is over. There's been speculative writings about them over the years, why some came back as mumblers and why some are gone forever, but no one really has answers. It's hard to know anything when there's no one left to tell the story. Okay, so mumblers are surveyors that have come back. At least that's the only mention of the mumblers we have in our notes here. The Threes Company, a peacekeeping organization founded by the three landlords that rule Bricktown. As the Blood Friday massacre unfolded, the landlords coerced a bunch of their tenants to take up arms and help put an end to the bloodshed. With the help of Spruce's Clovers, they managed to put an end to the violence and restore something resembling peace. In a twist of irony, the gang's attempt to snag it all for themselves pushed it right into the arms of the three companies. The Threes Companies. Not three companies, so it's like, I guess the threes are like three different people or three different powers all in one. Maybe. Now they're the ones that get a cut of all the wealth sloshing around, justified as the necessary cost of security. Makes sense, I guess. Blood Friday. A tragedy that happened some years ago. For months, the AC gang and a few smaller groups had been conspiring. They thought that if they could use their strength in numbers, they could storm in and take control. It would funnel all the drachma into their own pockets and get them first dibs on all goods. If they went in when no one is expecting it, roughed some people up, light stuff, nothing serious, they'd fold instantly. The gangs would be set for life. The plan fell apart when somehow a girl's neck got slashed. It was a spark that caused an explosion of violence and panic. It was like the scent of blood made their inhibitions vanish. They started killing and destroying everything, fighting amongst themselves too. It took the collective effort of Spruce's Clovers and the newly formed Threes Company to contain the situation. It was a nightmare, and with death on all sides, but eventually the gangs calmed down and a truce was reached. And the ACs and the other gangs responsible now live in the exile in the disaster zone they created. It feels like it's only a matter of time before they try something like that again. I mean, if nobody's really there to stamp them out or keep them from doing that, then you're like, yeah. they're a power literally built on violence. That's about it. The only way they can gain stuff is through violence. They don't seem to produce much of anything. So, like, yeah, if they consolidate again, they probably will decide to strike out at somebody. Forgot. For those in need and those that want to help. Its name is the result of its founder, Butcher Hodgkin, suffering a traumatic brain injury and forgetting the original name he had in mind. The Gang Gang? Exactly, the Gang Gang. It's always really foggy in Forgot for some reason. Some avoid the area as much as possible out of fear that it's the mist from outside that's outside the walls leaking in, slowly poisoning and killing everyone who breathes it in. They think it will rot your brain and cause reality to break down as you eventually go mad. The reality, though, is that people have lived in this area just as long as any other district and live completely normal lives. It looks creepy, but it seemingly is not any worse than anywhere else. That's what Spruce says, at least. She became the unofficial mayor of the district a few years back, with the help of her Clovers. They managed to make the district a welcoming place for those in need. The bunk housing can be a little awful, but it's at least warm. Rations are always in short supply, but if you're in line early enough, you'll get one guaranteed meal for the day for no cost. At least they try, at least they try. Maybe not everybody gets to have a meal, but, at least some people will be able to get that if you get there early. No buy. For those that are welcome nowhere. Originally the location for the collective market, but became AC gang territory after the Blood Friday massacre. Easiest way I can think to describe no buy is like a bunch of flies making a home in a rotting corpse. The massacre left the place a desolate husk of itself. It reeks of smoke and rot. It's always a bad idea to pass through there. Bricktown is the most upper-class place to live in within the boarding. Its structures are composed of sturdy, well-built, solid brick buildings. Structurally sound, it is overcrowded with up to 10 people living within the same bedroom in some instances. If I'm being real, it doesn't seem worth the hassle or the money. The buildings are nice and warmer, but it seems suffocating. The attitudes of the residents are similar. Seems more of like a status thing, I guess. Where residents make their entrance into this world. For most, they find themselves rising out of the basins in the bathhouse portion of the nursery. Others almost drowning to death. The wet nurses help get them out of the water and breathing again. It doesn't always go well. There's another wing for live births, but it's almost never been used. There's been one recorded instance of a baby surviving birth there. The rest ended in tragedy. Not that it stops people, but it is considered incredibly reckless to procreate. No sex. The depths below. The crepuscle. The depths below the boarding, accessible only through the matron's tower. The Mother Matron periodically selects residents to become surveyors tasked with exploring the labyrinth for the good of the collective. As well known as these expeditions are, the exact purpose is shrouded in mystery. We know very little about the crepuscles. Besides that, the Mother Matron teaches us directly. Surveyors universally either vanish down there or mysteriously reappear stark raving mad, babbling gibberish as mumblers. There's no record of what's down there and no first-hand accounts to say what it's like. All we know for sure is that it's dangerous and that something there is the key to ensuring the future of the boarding. The key to the enduring future of the boarding. There's always been rumors that there's secret passages hiding throughout the boarding that can lead you there, but I've never seen proof. I think that's just the only way people have been able to explain how the mumblers are able to return. That makes sense, I suppose. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okie dokie, I'm back. I feel like my... got some, like, phlegm in the back of my throat. It's bothering me. Alright, back to it, I suppose. We've read everything so far that we can read. I grab the bucket, which is full of some carefully assembled sandwiches wrapped in paper, and head out. I like that. I like the idea of, like, food wrapped in, like, paper. I don't know why. It's like an old school thing, I guess. Oh, now we got another thing on the... on our little journal. You get a little bug or cold? I don't think so. I think it's just... It could be that it's dusty in my room. To be fair, I don't ever really undust it. So it's probably that. There's just dust in my room. 'Cause I don't feel like I got a cold. I could be picking something up. Unsure. Maybe it's the weather. It did rain quite a lot today. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just like I'm just getting like a cold, like you say. May have, so I'm unsure though. I exit through the back door, which takes me to the yard with a shed. It has been repurposed to be a bunkhouse. I've never liked coming back here, I'm ashamed to say. It's always good to help the mumblers, but... the things they say... just... endless word salad. If you try to parse what they're saying, it's always something you wish you could unhear. Well, I mean, maybe they got a reason for that. The expressions on them too, beyond desperate. Their stare can pierce right through you. Some people think that they might be contagious. There's nothing to suggest that, but I take a deep breath and open the door. Oh, there's mumbling for real. Hello? Here to drop off lunch. The bunk room is cramped, but it's clean at least. The beds that weren't in use were all made. I know Spruce has struggled to get the right space to treat them all in the past. It's difficult to keep them around regular patients. It scares people. And there was a smell in the air that makes my nose wrinkle a little, though. Urine? Then there's the sound. Their voices. They never stop talking until their vocal cords give out, or when they sleep. The cacophony makes me shiver. I know these people need help, but I have a hard time with this. That's not really your fault. I feel like it takes a particular kind of person to be around this environment, you know? One of them seems to really notice me. They're lost in their own nightmare loops. Poor things. These people deserve better. This is apparently what happens to people who get selected to become surveyors. You know about the surveyors, right? They're the Mother Matron's chosen. She selects a handful of us every once in a while for some mysterious grand purpose. She sends them underground to the crepuscule. People usually don't make it back, but the ones that do, you can see the effects that place has, at least on the ones that made it back home alive. I shudder to consider what could have happened to the ones that didn't. I can only hope that they've passed on peacefully, swift and painless. I ponder almost if dying would be preferable to what the mumblers go through now. They're alive, but can you call this living? And those ones here in Spruce's care are the lucky ones. Many don't get the help they need. Some are hurt, bullied, or killed at least once. And people call them wastes of space, drain on our every dwindling resources, mouths to feed that can't contribute anything meaningful, or so people say. But they're people. They didn't choose this to be so broken. They need help. They need love. I would want people to take care of me if I ended up like this. I don't know. Maybe that line of thinking will lead us to starve to death someday. Nah, I mean, we've been doing that since, like, caveman times, weirdly enough. We've been particularly decent at taking care of those that need caring. At the very least, keeping them alive and around. At the very least. Which is something people don't really think about. It's like, genuinely, since, like, caveman times, we've been doing that. At least trying. We have, like, various records of, like, people who clearly have, like, had basically been crippled, I think, by, like, you know, checking their bones and being like, yep, this motherfucker definitely got, like, rammed by something, something big and heavy, some kind of animal, and managed to live till, like, they were, you know, old of age for their time. So it's clear that, you know, humanity's got a knack for this. So I'm sure there'll always be somebody to try and take care of the mumblers, surely. I would want people to take care of me if I ended up like this. I don't know. Maybe that line of thinking will lead us to starve to death someday. I would like to think, though, that it's preferable to die helping preferable to die helping everyone than living because you can compromise your love for others. Anyway, I've been kind of standing here holding the bucket and lost in thought. My arm is shouting at me to give it a break. I drop the bucket in the middle of the room. Will they come and get it themselves? I leave, gently closing the door behind me. I get my medicine from Spruce on the way out of the shed and head home. It's dark by the time I make it back home. Was I really out that long? Time doesn't feel consistent here. Sometimes I wonder if the night has a mind of its own. I can feel my body shutting down every step closer I get to my house. How embarrassing would that be to pass out right outside my door? I fish in my pocket for my door key. Come on. I really don't like being out at night. Just open up, you... Now, there we go. Home, stinky home. It always smells like sewage here. The whole shipyard does, but it's home. I'm used to it by now. It's so dark. Do I even wanna bother lighting candles? Sometimes I read before I go to bed, but I don't think I could focus right now. No, I think it's a better idea to go right to bed. Uh-oh. I mean, I knew that this was coming from, you know, the little synopsis of the story, but what's that? Resting on top of my bed is a paper envelope with a red wax seal emblazoned with the matron's mark. My heart sinks to the bottom of a deep, dark canyon inside me, and bile begins to bubble and churn violently in my stomach. I reach to pick up the envelope, hoping that it's an illusion, an exhaustion-induced hallucination. It's not. It's real. As real as can be. Everyone knows about the letters with the red seal. They say that it's the worst, most horrible piece of paper you could ever own in your entire life. My hands are shaking like crazy. I peel the seal off. It feels like I'm pulling off a scab. I undo the seal and remove the letter inside. I unfold it. It's too dark to read. I rush to get my box of matches. My shaky hands waste 3 trying to get a flame going. I quickly start reading. My dear child. Oh.
My dear child, the very thought of you warms me so.
Okay, it's also voice acted. Good to know. Let me up the volume a little more for you guys. I'll leave it to like this.
Seeing you and your siblings grow through the years is always my special delight. I give so much of myself every day to ensure you all remain safe and secure inside these walls. Alas, I cannot do everything on my own. Every so often, I must rely on my children's support to do what must be done for the collective good, even if it means sending my darlings into the jaws of danger. This letter is to inform you that you have been personally selected to become a surveyor. This is a title of great honor, bestowed upon those that will brave the depths of the crepuscule for your Mother Matron's pride, as well as the continued survival of the boarding.
Crepuscule. Okay, now we have a proper pronunciation for that. Crepuscule. Crepuscule. Okay, that actually helps my brain. Crepuscule.
You will be paired with 2 boys named Pucks and Rich. As soon as you receive this letter, you are to meet with them, make preparations for your journey below, and visit me at my dwelling in Mother's Tower. Attempts to shirk your duty will be met with severe punishment. I will see you soon, my dear, with all the love in the world. Your Mother Matron.
That's not, that's not suspicious at all. Okay, is there anything new here? Okay, now we have word on the mumblers. Broken people reduced to babbling masses. An inevitability of being selected as a surveyor. Every known living surveyor became a mumbler, and the rest have never been seen again. No one is sure how they come back. Days, months, and even years will pass since their expedition, and then it is as if they are just dropped right back into boarding somewhere for everyone to find them. People would love to know what happens and what's down in the crepuscule. Damn it, I just got the thing and I already forgot how to pronounce it. But the mumblers only speak in looping insane mantras and word salad. They don't really respond to anything you say or do. Some of the ones I've listened to, it mostly feels like they're trapped in the memory of something horrific forever. There is no known cure. Since they are believed to have made a noble sacrifice for the collective, kind people try hard to help them stay alive as much as possible, Spruce especially. The match burns my fingertips. I barely notice. I let it drop to the ground where it dies on the concrete. There's no way. I've been good, haven't I? I've helped the collective as much as I can, so why? I stared at the painting on my wall. Out of every person here that could have ever been selected, she ends up picking me. My mind is back to the mumblers in Spruce's clinic. Those people stuck in an endless droning madness that consume everything about them. Entire people with dreams and personalities erased and gone forever like they were simply dust blown off a shelf. Why? Why me? I tried so hard. I tried so hard to do what I thought the Mother Matron would want from me. So why? Why is she sending me to die? No. This can't be happening. Not to me. No, not to me. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Okay, she's just kind of going, oh, yeah, she's spiraling a little bit. Just a tad bit. And I think she passed out. Okay. Understandable reaction. Empty glass. I think that's the name of the chapter. Flesh sounds again. Uh-oh. My favorite. Oh, heinous. Oh, heinous, heinous, heinous. Hold on, my phone is not telling me the words that are being given to me. Can I? Okay, let me get this out of the way. Castador, hail to thee. Wait, yo, what's up? I'm fuming. Why are you fuming? Well, I hope nothing bad happened. And sorry for not responding earlier. My phone did not show me that there was words spoken to me, because it is deciding to be silly. My phone, that is. Okay, come on, YouTube. Function for like 1 second. There we go. Ah, I'm back here. Did I die? Icky, gross. It is pretty icky and gross. Kind of abrupt.
Did you ever hear the story about the girl in the sweater? No. Of course not. It's still being written. A year it gets done like Christmas. I'm so excited.
Okay, what were we even saying to ourselves? Kind of abrupt, to be honest. Surely there's more. And then we get interrupted by a red woman that is a reflection of ourselves. What the What is this thing?
What am I? What are you? What is anything?
Epic, epic. I can hear my thoughts.
Virulent. It infected everything that was nothing and forced it to deal with the pain of being.
Well, you know, that's just how it is. You just gotta be. Once you are being, you just get stuck being. And, you know, it's not all that bad. I don't think this thing likes the idea of existing very much. Whatever this thing is. Forcing things to exist. Forcing things that exist to feel happy that they exist. I cast rock. I'm sure that'll work. Manipulative, terrible. But enough about things. Pardon my language, but what the fuck is this thing talking about? And why does it kind of look like me? It ignores me. It steps around to the side of me. What are you doing? It messes with something behind me. I feel a pinch at the base of my skull. The slurping sounds grow faster. Oh no. Are we getting our brains slurpied out? I jolt upright, gasping for air. I'm covered in sweat. It's morning. I feel a sharp pain in my shoulder. Lying on the hard floor for those hours probably wasn't great for my body. I sit there on the ground, frozen for a while before reality hits me again. The Mother Matron has made her decision. My life, as I know it, is over. My stomach feels like it wants to crawl out of my throat. I have to go somewhere. I have to get my bearings. I have to get out of this room. Move my legs. Anything to get this panic to settle down. I decide to go to the wall. Some people find it strange, but I like visiting the wall sometimes. A lot of people are frightened by it. It's a little peaceful. The noise the mist makes is off-putting, but so far nothing's ever happened to me standing up there. I like just the wall. Let me stand here and stare into the abyss. I can just stare out into the distance at the blanket of clouds, its surface twisting and fading into the open air. It looks like it stretches for hundreds of miles. My world is very small, but up here it feels so much bigger. It feels like I can actually breathe. And I stare out into the twisting clouds. They're beautiful. They almost look like a giant bed. I lean over the railing. Can you hear that noise? I don't recommend jumping, miss. I flinch and turn. There's a strange guy, a little thin. His eyes look tired. He has cropped hair. Relax. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I just didn't want you to make a horrible mistake is all. Oh, no, it's fine. I appreciate the concern. I wasn't planning on jumping, though. I just enjoy the view. He nods and smiles at me. I look away from him, back out to the distance. You too, eh? Or to meet someone else that sees the beauty. That wouldn't be the word I'd use, but I get what he means. Something about the sight of it just kind of puts me at ease. It's something special, isn't it? What's your name, miss? A part of me doesn't want to tell him my name, but it does. But what does it matter at this point? I won't be here for much longer anyway. Lizzie. Crozier. Nice to meet you. We stare in silence. You're gonna be one of the last people I ever meet. What makes you say that? I got selected. I'm gonna be a surveyor. Oh, I'm so sorry. He rubs his palms together. He doesn't know what to do with himself, how best to respond to the situation. He understands the gravity immediately. Bro, what's up? Hello there, Arnold. Hail to thee, I hope you're having a good one. Wouldn't wish it on anybody. What about me would make me a good candidate for this? I mean, look at me. I'm a below average person at best. I make clothes and I sleep all the time. I'm not the heroic type. Well, you don't get to choose, I'm afraid. What is the purpose, I suppose, of this little trip they're gonna send these people on? She's supposed to be all-knowing and wise. What's her criteria? What does the surveyor even do anyway? Why has she needed so many? Send someone else to die, not me. I feel a drop on my hand. I think I'm crying. Oh dear. No, I didn't bring a hanky with me. I'm sorry, Don't tell me it's gonna be alright. Don't you dare. Just don't. He's just staring at me with a dumb expression on his face. Come on, say something else, man. Either leave or find something to say if you're just gonna stand there. I'm sorry. Wait, did I say that out loud? Huh? Ah, crap. That's my bad. That was meant to be an inside thought. It's okay. I get it. I really do. Do ya? Listen, I don't know what the Mother Matron is thinking. I won't pretend I understand. I don't think anyone besides her can understand, really. But maybe there's a method to the madness. Maybe you bring something unique to the table that was missing before. Maybe something about who you are gives a perspective that has always been needed to survive down there. Some talent yet to be seen. You know what? I bet you'll be the first to make it back alive. I think you're gonna save everyone. It's a lot of faith. What makes you say that? What reason could you possibly have? Do I need a reason? I just believe it. I got a good feeling about you. Call it your aura. My goodness, we've been aura farming this entire time. You're serious? Yeah, you got aura. Apparently we got aura. What does that even mean? Well, I look at you, talk to you, and it feels like I'm standing next to a fireplace, even when you're sad like that. Maybe the key to surviving the coldest of hells is to have a fire in your heart. You talk a lot of nonsense, you know? Maybe. It did make me smile, though, so thank you. I think I needed that. Yippee! Something worth having there from this lad. The words were spoken, and he spoke them well. He tips a pretend hat at me in an exaggerated gesture. Oh god, he's a Redditor. Glad to oblige. That smile's the warmest part of you. No, I'm not blushing. You are blushing. I'm sure not blushing, so you're the one blushing, little lady. Listen, I won't keep you longer. I know you got some big decisions to make. His fedora, yeah, his non-existent fedora. Just gotta tip it for the lady. Listen, I won't keep you longer. I know you got some big decisions to make. Just don't throw your life away, okay? No matter how scared you are. I won't. And thanks for talking to me. He smiles and waves at me before walking off. He looks like he's hiding a limp. It's rare these days that you meet a kind stranger like that. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I was thinking about trying to run away, or something a little more permanent. That's not the answer, though. He was right. Why are you bald? Since when was I bald? You look at me and you think that I'm bald when I have a full head of hair. I think your eyes need to be checked, good sir. Your eyes need to be checked. Since yesterday? You're just hallucinating. I'm afraid to say you are going a little bit schizo at the moment. You are seeing things that are not there. You are seeing a version of me that doesn't exist in anywhere but in your imagination. And although I'm glad to be in your mind all the time, you know, rent-free, you shouldn't take everything your mind says to you as fact. I saw the pic of you on the server. The pic of me? You mean the one you made? I can never make something so true and real. Fucking goofball. How are you doing? That's not the right answer, though. He was right. I have to choose life. I can't just wallow and cry. Fake news! Even if that's all I want to do. Cry me a river. I don't know how that song goes. I head back home one last time. I look at this crappy little space of mine. It wasn't much, but it was mine. It was home. It was the place I could run away to. I hadn't been able to sleep since Blood Friday, until I moved here. I actually started to dream again. Even if they were strange. Yes, Blood Friday. Blood Friday was not a good Friday, I'll tell you that much. It felt like my life was turning into something nice for once. It was nice while it lasted, I guess. No, stop that. I can't think like that. The odds may be against me, but I have to try my best. I have to try my hardest to find a way. For my sake. For everyone's. I'm going to save everyone, like the Mother Matron wants. Lizzie more like Lizzo. Isn't that like a person? I swear there's somebody out there named Lizzo. But I don't remember who that person may be. I have to save everyone. Me? Sure, why not? Keeping that goal in mind is the only thing that's going to get me through this. Where to start, though? I guess the first thing I can think of is to go find those two boys the letter mentioned. Even if you're selected as a surveyor, it doesn't guarantee that you're alive by the time you receive the letter. For all I know, I might be paired up with two corpses. I have to find them and make sure we all can make it to the tower in one piece. After some thinking, I decided that's a good place to start would be by asking my neighbor's sisters. They're a pair of twins named Janine and Katie. I'd like to think we were pretty good friends, and I was glad to have them as my neighbors. One Piece? The One Piece is not real here, I think. The only thing real is the rat... the rat rivers, I guess. The hunt for the One Piece in this game. I approached her front stoop. Katie was reading from a book with a faded cover while her sister painted her nails with jet black nail polish.
Hey, Janine!
Why is there all of a sudden voice acting for us? The most random time to throw that in there. Hey Katie, hey Janine.
Hey, Lizzie!
Hey, Lizzie.
Okay, Janine does not sound very excited.
You seem chipper. I thought you'd be more gloomy. What do you mean? Oh, well, I saw the poster come by and drop something off at your place. They don't come by that often.
Surprise, the mailboy doesn't want to visit the shit zone.
I always forget how nose-blind I've become to this place, honestly.
Is it one of those letters?
It is indeed one of those letters.
Yeah. Red seal.
SMH, Red Seal. We're gonna die.
No. No.
much. Hope you don't die or lose your mind.
It's a very... The Janine does not give a shit.
Janine!
Janine!
What? Just being real. It was nice knowing you.
Don't be so insensitive.
It's okay. I'm still processing things, but I'm holding it together.
You wish everyone was drawn like Lizzie? Yeah. I think only a select couple of characters are gonna be drawn like that. It might just be the case that one-off characters have the little, like, eye portrait thing going on for them, while the others might be drawn. Not sure. At least that's my little theory for now. It's okay, I'm still processing things, but I'm holding it together.
I still have things to do before I go.
I still have things to do before I go. Better the eye portraits than the bee portrait. What does that even mean? What does the bee portrait mean?
Anything we can help with?
Well...
Well, what, Lizzie? Oh, we got decisions to make here. What should I say? This is a lot of options here. Your little eye portrait one. I don't know. We do have some notes to read up on, apparently. What's new? Did you read about the posters? Probably not. The couriers of the boarding. They run packages and letters all over as speedy as possible. They started as an independent entity, but eventually became the primary means of communications between the Mother Matrons and the populace. They're the ones that deliver the surveyor draft letters. It's a reliable job to make some drafts, but you gotta be good at running and sneaking into locked rooms. Also, it often makes you a target for getting robbed. Got him. Postal Service does not have protection, it seems. And you have to be good at two things: running and breaking into people's houses. I guess it's not enough to just slip the letter under, huh? Sorry, one of my like teeth is hurting a little. Not the teeth, but something is hurting in my mouth. Weird. Okay. What do we pick? What are you reading? Know where I can find Pucks and or Rick? Do you know anything about the thing? Nobody knows about that place. Let's see. I guess we'll just ask where these two fellas are.
Can't say I know them. Katie?
Can't say I know them, Katie.
Me neither, sorry. Maybe you should ask around the market? I'm sure someone there would know.
Ah, yes, the market.
Maybe try meeting Marissa. She's a little, odd. But you'd be surprised what kind of information she can dig up.
Don't recommend trying her cuts, though. Unless you've got a barf bag.
Her cuts? I'm assuming she means like haircut.
Why is she called Meaty Marissa?
Meaty, that is a good question. Why is she called Meaty Marissa? Or is she a butcher? You know, I forgot the butchers were a thing here too.
Because she sells weird meat.
What do you mean weird meat? There's only two kinds of meat that could possibly be sold. Rat meat or maybe cat meat. Because there's fucking nothing else other than people, I guess. I hope she doesn't cut people meat, you know? She means cuts of meat. I thought she just meant like haircuts, you know?
Oh. I thought there'd be more to it for some reason.
Thought there'd be more to it for some reason. Clock meat? Clocks don't have meat.
What more do you need in a name?
What else should I say? What you reading? I can't help my curiosity. I tried to peer over her shoulder and read the book along with her, but the position is awkward. Katie can't help but notice. Katie looked up at me, smiles and shrugs as if to say it's nothing that interesting, but go ahead. She hands me the book, keeping her hand on the page she was on. I carefully grab it so that she doesn't lose her place. The cover is nondescript, save for some initials on the spine. It might have had a dust jacket or something before that bore the title, but that's long gone, I'm sure. Mock Keith? I don't even know how to say that other word. Says you. Have you ever shut the clock? Those things do not have the capacity to have meat in them. Okay? I have had a hard time following. Lots of names I don't recognize. It talks of a woman named Nyx and her reviled children. It's kind of scary sounding, honestly. Must be some kind of fantasy novel or something. Now it has much relevance in my situation. Nyx, the All-Night, birthed many children of her own. While much of her progeny had endured lasting legacies, none have been so reviled as the Twins of Despair, so shameful to be cast in the dark spaces of memory where their presence would offend no one. Osis, the miserable, and Momus, the disgrace. Osis was born first, a girl with a thin skin and weak bones. Her smile brought fear and discomfort to all who saw. The sight of suffering was her wine. Nyx left her in a far-off secluded abode of her own, only with seldom visiting in hopes of finding a corpse. She had to do it herself. So the second came Momus, to hide the hideous boy that found the world he lived in just as hideous. Never knew when to shout his mouth. Everything was a farce to him. He could keep no friends, as he could not stop himself from tearing them down with his words. One day he said something so foul that the gods threw him off the side of Olympus and urinated off the same ledge. Youch. None cared to worship their names. They have faded from mortal memory, save for this record which serves to preserve their shame for eternity. May their crimes never be repeated. Darn. It's about the goddess Nyx? Apparently so. I don't know if I've heard about Osis and Momus. Their names are not something I remember. And I ought to remember many of these names. I suppose that's the whole point. I smile and hand the book back to Katie. What stuff do we even have? Sad. Osis did nothing wrong, Osis did nothing wrong, though, but be a girl failure. Sad. Be a girl failure who enjoyed the suffering of others. Forgot that last part. Although that might be, you know, encapsulated into what she is, I suppose. You know what? I have everything I need. You know, or you know what? Let's just tell him.
Dibs on the bed.
Sweet tips on the bed.
Janine!
Janine is real quick to that.
I'm kidding. Kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of kidding.
Let's be real though. Would dying really be the worst thing that could happen to you?
I don't know. We kind of want to live, so I think dying would in fact be the worst thing to happen to us.
Oh my god, what is with you today?
Oh, like you and I haven't had this exact conversation before. Everyone else wants to make happy. Like the toilet bowl they live in doesn't stink of shit. Doesn't everything about this place make you feel like closing your eyes forever sometimes?
Janine, what are you even saying? That we'd all be better off dead?
Kinda. Not like I'm rushing to the noose or anything, but I feel like it would be a relief.
Isn't she the pessimist? Like, I can't blame her, you know? She lives in a small civilization that eats rats. So, it's like, yeah. I get it, you know? I get why people of this mindset would be prevalent.
It seems like a really sad way to look at life. Life can be hard, but there's always bright spots worth seeing. People to love. Happy moments that stay with you forever.
Katie doesn't see it, but Janine gives a, I don't want to say it but jerking off motion while rolling her
Can't
eyes.
say she doesn't have a point, though. I know where things are heading. Maybe it's better I make peace with it.
What was that supposed to mean now? Alright. I can't say she doesn't have a point, though. I mean, I know where things are heading. Maybe it's better I make peace with it.
Don't talk like that, Lizzie. You're going to come back. I know you will.
Well, if we do, we'll be crazy, so...
Katie, you know that no one has...
It doesn't matter. You'll be the first. You'll make it back in one piece.
One
Even if you don't
Piece.
believe it, I do. I believe in you, Lizzie.
Katie...
For what it's worth, if anyone was to ever make it back, I think it would be someone like you.
Nah, Janine saying something nice. It's like, well, if anybody's gonna make it back, it would be you. I don't know why she'd say this, but, you know, I think she's lying out of her ass.
Still got dibs on the bed, though.
Still got dibs on the bed. Fair. Alright. I have everything I need.
Thank you guys for your help. I should get going.
There's a lump in my throat. I swallow and talk through it.
It was really nice knowing you guys.
Suddenly, Katie embraces me tightly. After a moment, she looks at me with twinkling, moist eyes.
Lizzie, you better come back. I'll never forgive you if you don't.
Well, damn. It's not her fault she's getting sent to death. Like, she's like, I will never forgive you if you don't. Girl, relax. She holds me for a moment longer, burying her face in my chest. Before she can stain it with tears, she pulls back. I can't think of the right words to say, so I simply smile at her and say thank you. Janine gives me a gentle wave. It's subtle, but I know there's something that's something she rarely does
Take
for
care,
people.
Lizzie. We'll be rooting for you.
Her root very hard. I feel like her character's gonna need it. The atmosphere was chaotic as people rush in and out to throw their allowances away. My senses bombarded by the endless chatter and so many smells that it became hard to pick one apart from the other. And through the crowd, I slipped to what I hope is the west side. I keep my eyes wide. They said I'll know her when I see her somehow. It doesn't take long. I find her quickly. Rather, I hear her.
Fresh meat! Fresh meat! Come and get your fresh meat!
Well, she's excited, isn't she? I see what I mean, like the disparity of like the quality of the voices. Like some of them are better and more clear, and others are more quiet. And it's like I have to fuck around with the volume a bunch. Let me lower that right now. There we go. A little lower for this particular segment.
Come one, come all. Tired of rat head cheese? Absolutely sick of fly patties? Come try the most unique cuts of meat you can find in the boarding. Flavor beyond comprehension.
Beyond comprehension. Fucking, what the hell is rat head cheese? That sounds gross. Audiophile. It's basic audios. Okay? Just because you're telling me you cannot tell the difference based off of just hearing it? It's not like I need any special skills for that other than my ears. Then she finds me, her eyes staring directly into my
You
own.
there, the beautiful lady with the sweater. Come, come, try Meanie Marissa's signature cuts.
Name pending. Against my better judgment, I stepped towards the stand. Okay, no voice acting this time. So, you're meeting Marissa? I've been looking for you.
Ah, I see my reputation precedes me. Another eager customer looking for the most scrumptious, sumptuous, munchous meat. You won't be disappointed.
Are we sure about that? Do we have an option to try the meat? Is this the Arby's of this world? Does she have the meats? I don't know. I sense audiotism within you. So it's like, how's that even? What's that even mean? No, before I can say anything, the strange girl dangles a big fat slab of meat in front of my face.
Feast your eyes before you feast. Literally. Once you get a glimpse of my cups, you won't stop drooling. Don't worry, I provide for your napkins.
That is a slice of meat, that is for sure. What am I looking at? It doesn't look like it came from living things I've ever seen before. Clock meat! This is some fantastic voice acting. Clock meat! Not the two of you screaming clock meat. Too big to be a rat. It's definitely not Bug Smash. Couldn't be human, right? No, no way. I've seen what a cut-up person looks like. Back during the massacre, nothing looks quite like that. What kind of meat is that?
I told you! It's the tastiest and most unique meat in the market.
That doesn't explain anything. No, I mean, where is it from?
For my supply, of course. You think I resell other people's cuts? Ha! The nerve.
It's definitely people meat. There's no way this is not people meat. Unless there's just a secret layer of giant rats. That's the only other explanation. There's either giant rats she gets her cuts from, or it's people. Let's see. There's supposed to be... Okay, Katie and Jenny. Oh, they have drawings here. In the journal. The neighbors. Two lovely gals that also can stand the stench of the shipyard. They have a polar opposite personalities, but are extremely close. Katie is bubbly and sweet. She's supportive and optimistic, believes that life will always work out how it should. Avid reader, loves fantasy stories and romance novels. Janine is like black smoke turned into a person. Somehow she's always caked in dark makeup. I'm not sure where she finds it. She loves to tack the walls with her artwork. She believes that life is an endless series of tragedies with no mercy. Sometimes I wonder if they are dating, but I haven't worked up the nerve to ask. That's certainly a question. Like, are you two lesbians? You two fucking... No, what I mean is... Oh, that doesn't look like rat meat or any other kind of meat I've seen come to think of it. It looks strange. She puts a finger to her lips.
Trade secret for investors only.
Investors? You got those in this place? Oh, heavens.
You know what isn't a secret, though? How delicious it is! Read the reviews.
I thought they were sisters, so does this make them incest? I think the neighbor sisters thing was meant to be like they're like you're just your neighbors. They're women that are your neighbors. So maybe it wasn't meant as like literally being that they were sisters. I'm not sure. I don't know, actually. I'm a little confused now. Delicious. How delicious it is. Read the reviews. What reviews? There's reviews? She thrusts a long piece of paper in front of my face. Apparently it's full of real reviews by her customers. Handwritten. Unique. Tastes like nothing else. Not the worst I've had. Not the worst I've had. I would describe it as edible. A journey into Flavor Town. A must taste. Eat it right now if you can. Well, everyone is born out of a jar, so technically yes. I guess so. You're right. I forgot about the nature, the water basin thing. You're right. Most of the 99% of the population is just born out of the water thing. So I guess yeah, in a weird way, they're all siblings. I guess. Like not literal, but like I guess the closest thing to siblings they can be. Which is just coming out of the weird pool of water. Unless for the very few that survive being actually born. Which there are, like, probably is less than a % of the population. All things considered. She withdraws the review scroll.
Come on, it's only 30 Jirok. Savor the flavor. Doesn't it look succulent? Mouth-watering? Doesn't it get that stomach grumbling?
She's going heavy in that acting. Explains the tragedy of live birth, incest babies. Mayhaps, actually. Yeah, that might be an actual explanation. 30 jocks? That's... No, wait, that's worth it. And yet... I'm not saying no. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's good? I mean, this will be the last day we're alive. From here on, you may encounter situations where you have a limited amount of time to make choices. To survive, you will need to act fast and think carefully. Oh. The penalty for running out of time will vary depending on the situation. In some instances, it may be inconsequential, but in others, possibly not. Sometimes it may result in instant death. In other instances, Lizzie will have to rely on her gut, and she might make choices you don't want. You may adjust the intensity of your experience in the setting menu. Unless a choice timer is active, you may adjust the option at any time. While we're at it, do you know how to save your game? It's important. This game has no autosaves. I have saved my game because I'm a smart boy. Her gut is about to get destroyed from the clock meat. Don't say it like that, because the word clock sounds like something else. I don't want to think about that. Unless a choice timer is active, you may open the game menu with right-click or escape. Choose the save option and pick a slot to save your progress. Choose the load option if you wish to load one of your saves. The penis meat. The meat made of your of your mutilated penises. You have multiple? What are you, a shark? This game does not feature autosaves of any kind. Do sharks have multiple, actually, now that I think about it? There's some creature that has multiple. I can't remember what, though. You should save your game often. You may do so right now, in fact. Your big decision, first big decision, is coming up. Be wise, alert, and cautious. Good luck. So, meat? We are in a market. I don't trust the meat, you know, I just don't trust the meat to not have come from a person. That's like a very questionable fucking slab of meat. You vote eat? Of course you vote eat. You're freaky. You're a malignant creature. I'm just joking. You know what? Yeah, sure. Purchased the strange meat from Meaty Marissa. I knew this was probably a mistake, but sure, I'll buy it. Okay.
Okay, I understand.
I understand. Wait, you said yes? I mean, of course you did. No refunds. I reluctantly hand her my hard-earned money. I regret it immediately. Here then. She pockets the coins, then hands me this fat slab of her strange meat wrapped in a thin parchment paper. It's already almost transparent with slime. Oh no, slime! It's maybe the worst thing I've ever held between my fingers. It's like they're sinking into it. The smell is something out of this world. Like, I refuse to believe anything from this universe can smell like this. I'm truly smelling an anomaly of existence, a thing that should have never been smelled. It doesn't make you gag somehow, but it burns your nostrils in the way up. Ammonia? Farts? The umami undercurrent of canned meat. What the fuck is umami? Oh no. Oh no. I have nothing to put the meat in. I have to put it in one of my pockets. This is hell. Stressing every muscle in my face to keep a smile, I slide the parcel of meat into my pocket. The sound it makes me want to barf. I'm definitely not eating this.
Anything else I can do for you today?
You saved, so what's so hard? Yeah, actually, I heard you might be able to help me find someone, people.
Here for the flesh and for the fresh information. I'm happy to oblige a happy new customer. It's on the house. This way. What would you like to know?
I feel like if we didn't buy meat from her, she wouldn't tell us anything. Maybe. Now that I think about it, I'm looking for 2 boys. One is named Pucks, and the other is named Rich. They're the boys I'm supposed to meet. I have to make sure they're even alive. She nods understandingly.
I know a lot about Pucks. Rich, though. You're in luck. Rich is a friend of mine.
Rich is a friend of hers, eh?
Well, an acquaintance. I don't know how he feels about me. I don't want to make assumptions. I like him, though. He's such a soft guy.
She's got a crush on Rick. Well, an acquaintance, I guess. I don't know how he feels about me. I don't want to make assumptions. I like him, though. He's such a soft guy. Did her eyelashes just flutter? Suddenly she remembers that she's actively being watched by another human being.
No, I didn't mean like that. Like a friendly like. Understand?
I understand.
Anyways, he lives in one of those bunkhouses near the west edge of Forgot. Careful, though. The ACs have been swarming around there lately.
Not the ACs. That's odd. The bunkhouses are right near the border between Forgot and Nobi. Aren't they encroaching on Spruce's territory?
Some major shit went down there apparently near the friend shed. Before you get too excited. No, the beast in the shed didn't prove itself around.
The beast in the shed didn't prove... What the fuck is the beast in the shed? The friend shed is kind of a local legend. They say there was a lonely kid that used to hang out there near near a shed in Nobi, back when it was the old market. The shed was locked up tight, and no one ever had been inside of it. And yet this lonely kid one day heard a voice coming from it. Someone alive stuck in there that just wanted to have a friend to talk to. The lonely kid spent all of his time up there at the friend shed, playing and laughing and talking with the friend all day long. He'd get picked on for what appeared to others as him just talking to himself. An attempt he made to prove that there was a voice in the shed ended up in failure. And with the voice remaining silent when anyone else was around, the kid didn't need to believe, though. He had the friend he wanted. But then, one day, somehow, the shed was unlocked. The kid went inside and was never heard from again. People say that it was a flesh-eating monster that could mimic a human's voice, and it was trying to lure the kid inside. Spooky. It's hard to verify the story, though. The shed people identify as the one from the legend was raised in Blood Friday massacre. You feel him getting closer? What do you mean by that? Don't say some cryptic shit. I'm sure people are curious about, but checking it would require going through heavy gang territory. It's really dangerous. I'm sure the kid was real. Urban legends have usually a small nugget of truth in them somewhere. However, I think that what really happened to him was that a troop of the AC gang might have simply killed him while trying to rob him. They hit the body and since the kid didn't have any friends, no one looked. No one tried to find where he was buried, and so his fate instead became part of the tapestry of a legend. You're so cold, breathing warm, but his face is cold as ice. Max? What did I just say? You goofball? SMH. Max is losing it again. This is what happens when he has no citadel. It's getting to him again. I ran out of tea. Damn it. Other than apparently feeling cold, how are you doing? Let's see. We read that already. I was about to reread that. That's my suspicion, anyways.
Some dudes got killed. They were an isolated patrol hanging around up there, and they got killed. They don't know who was responsible, but they suspect the killer is hiding out in Fort God.
A group got killed. And a patrol hanging out? Okay, maybe it was one person then. And they suspect the killer is hiding out in Forgot. That's weird.
Spruce gave him special permission to do searches in limited areas, so they went there.
Spruce is the unofficial mayor of Forgot, and she's backed by a peacekeeping institution that calls themselves her Clovers. Given the AC's violent tendencies and selling of drugs, they don't get along. So for her to allow them to look around in Forgot is really abnormal. Something terrible must have happened if she's willing to give them inches. It explains why there's been more AC gang activity in Forgot lately. Okay,
Personally, I think it might be a ploy they made up so they could slyly expand their reach. But that's just mine.
Oh, but that's just... What did she say? I clicked. That's just my opinion. I think that was, like, not a voice line that was written. Surprised I didn't hear about any of this until now.
AC's gotta project an aura of being in control if they want people to take them seriously. It makes them look bad if they can't handle some punks slicing their boys apart deep in their own backyard. They're trying to keep it under wraps until they get the guy.
Makes sense, makes sense. I see. Anyways, back to Rich. Can you tell me where he lives?
Oh, right. Got a map? I can show you where it is.
The closest thing to an actual map we got is just a little drawing. I hand her my hand-drawn map. She furrows her brows a little bit at it, but regardless, marks the spot with an X.
As for Punks, as I said, I don't know much about him. I think he lives in Junks. But good luck finding him. The place is big and he mostly keeps to himself, it seems.
He keeps to himself. Okay, so one guy at least is a little more public. The other one, we're not sure where he is, so I guess we're gonna spend some time looking for that fella. Unless the other fella knows where that fella is. Alright, Max, whatever. Max has gone from speaking words to speaking robot, apparently.
I don't know what kind of brain damage you'd have to live there, though.
Okay.
Maybe that's mean. Something generally might have fallen on his head over there. I probably shouldn't say things like that.
I understood her, though. Living in the junks is a hazard to life.
Because you live in the shit-yard, right? I feel sorry for your nose. Honestly surprised you don't smell worse.
Damn. You didn't have to say all that. Anyways, I think I have what I need for now. Thank you so much for your help, Marissa.
No problem.
I make my way back to Forgot. The lack of detail on my map makes it hard to find exactly where Marissa designated, but I eventually managed to pinpoint it. At least, I think this is it. It better be. I open the door. Careful not to make noise, I gently close the door behind me. I have no interest in being hassled by the ACs. I just want to find Rich and get out of here. I gotta get in and out fast. This place feels big though, bigger than it looked on the outside. What could be hiding here? Hopefully just Rich. The walls are suffocated and filthy with peeling paint that flakes off like petals on a dying flower. A musty smell of mold, and mother knows how many years of dust that's been clinging for dear life, living off the living to send it flying. Waiting for the living to send it flying. I love that you have a pocket of full of salami in your pocket. Yeah, I guess we just have that. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but maybe it'll come in handy in the future. Less graffiti than I've expected though. Well, now that's something. That's the mark of the mother, so... There's... the entrance hallway terminates in this odd junction between rooms. A small set of stairs leading to the darkness. The mother's mark has been painted on the wall above in spatters of red paint. At least, I hope it's paint. I really do not like this place. Something about it makes the hairs on my neck stand at attention. I feel like a rat caught in the market. Immediately, I regret not having thought to bring my lantern. Already at a fork on the road, with each path obscured in shadow. Which way should I go? Well, you know, it's always right to go right. Well, good news and bad news. Good news, this place on the right path has some light, I can see. Bad news, it's a dead end. My luck is great. Lots of things to see, at least. This was the kind of artwork I was expecting to see earlier. So many scribbles and scrawls, some intricate and beautiful, others inelegant and more blunt than a hammer. Some people find this stuff ugly and repulsive. I can understand why, but at the same time, there's an incredible amount of honesty in it. Even in its inelegance, there can be something beautiful to be found. The pure desire to make a mark on the world and have someone recognize it. Ghost with a gun. Hold on. That is a ghost with a gun, huh? Touch my pee-pee. How profound, moron. Not worth living for. Something terrible is going to happen. Oh, great to know. B, I'm sorry I have my something. Thank you for everything. Did this make you feel cool? Your mother is going to happen. What the fuck does that mean? Shark. It's just shark with the word shark next to it. Lovely. To have someone recognize a pure expression of you, or at least a part of you. Then again, I'm not sure what message I can glean from Ghost with a Gun. Anyways, I don't get to talk to that many people. It's always hours and hours at the sewing machine, getting screamed at when I'm not fast enough, morning to night. Maybe 3 days off a week. A year. 3 days off a year. Even with spare time, Spruce wasn't the kind of person to hang out much. She's always busy with something important. If it wasn't for my neighbor sisters, I wouldn't really know how having a friend was like. So I guess that's why I like graffiti. It's like I'm getting to chat with strangers. You get to peer in someone else's head and then get to drop a message in yours. They get to drop a message in yours. Then they exit your head in a small way, or exist in your head in a small way. Even if you're gone, even if you're too weak to speak, you can leave messages and leave little parts of you that live on in someone else's. Phrases, images you think are beautiful and important. It's art. So what does the art here have to say? What kind of people can you meet here? Something terrible is going to happen. Mother Matron forever. AC for life. That one looks relatively fresh. Not a fan of what that would mean for me. Your mother is going to happen. Touch my pee-pee. Okay, maybe I wouldn't want to meet some of these people. Question mark? Something on the sink catches my eye. A twinkle from the light shining in through the window. A razor blade. Rusty. Why do I find this so interesting? I want to pick it up for some reason. Reaching my hand towards it, something in the air, an ugly buzz that that hovers just above the quiet, a tremor in the air around my hand. Before I can pull back, I've already picked up the razor blade. Nope. Flashbang. Uh-oh. A bathroom in an apartment complex on the wrong side of town. It's filthy and awful. The sink is broken. I don't want to see any blood. Please and thank you. A woman with dark, messy hair has some white tablets in a plastic bag. She deliberately... I cannot read. She delicately pulls one of from the bag and stares at it. A slurry of feelings are resting in her stomach. Nothing, no blinking. Her hand trembles slightly. The feeling of tiny ants hopping on and off her body, crawling around with their prickly little feet. For a long moment, she simply stares. Then a part of her wakes up, the part of her that was born years ago during a college party that went down in the annals of history in her mind. A place and a time that will never come again. From when she had hopes and dreams. The girl has taken a razor blade, dulled with duct tape, that she keeps in her pocket. She removes the tape from the razor. She proceeds to chop a section of the tablet. She uses a ceramic toothbrush holder to crush it into a powder, a ritual she's performed many times. Beautiful, pure snow resting atop a bathroom countertop that has not been cleaned in months. She takes the empty fast food soda cup off the toilet and removes the straw. She sucks the soda off the bottom. She stares again. There was still time to back out. No, she spent a lot of money on this. It's not going to waste. She needs it. It's the reward for all the trouble she's gone through lately. It's going to make her feel alive again, she knows. Cocaine or something. Adderall, maybe? In which case, why wouldn't you just, like, ingest it normally? I don't know. She carefully snorts a line. Flame in the nasal cavity. She shuts her eyes as they roll to the back of her skull. The crackling of fire turns to a rapid onset of euphoria. But it's not enough. It fades too fast. She crushes up some more. Snort. Another touch of bliss licks her conscious. And then nothing. She's on edge. She's on the edge. She can feel it. Just a bit more. Snort, snort, cough, sputter. Cough. Was that enough? No. More. Damn, girl, relax. Another tablet. Another. One last tablet. She's gone through them all already. But no worries. For sure this time. It will be the last one she needs. The process repeats, and it's up her nose before she can comprehend how much has gone up already. Finally, there it is. Crack meat. She no longer feels like she is in a filthy bathroom. She feels something watch over her whole body. She feels like she's growing weightless, starting to levitate. She passes by Icarus and then the sun. She waves at angels at heaven's door. A vacuum of space welcomes her with open arms, the night sky behind her eyes that comes when the drug is in her system. A feeling that everything is fine, and the party is back on. The music is loud and thumping, and your problems will never matter again. The girl loses balance. She stumbles and falls headfirst into the door with a loud bang. She's jittering like a roach in bleach. She cannot say a word. Everything gets dark. See your first memory item. Oh, beside you in time. Alright. And I feel so strange. My head is swimming. What just happened now to me? What just happened to me? Did I black out? Is this that thing I heard about when you're so tired you start to dream while you're awake? I need to get a grip. I should keep moving. I make my way back where I came. Where should I go? Left. I find myself trudging down a very dark hallway, only faintly lit by a light at the end of the hall. I walk slowly and carefully, trying to avoid any obstacle obscured by darkness, with my hands crawling the wall like spiders for guidance. The texture is rough beneath my fingertips, oddly comforting. As I make my way towards the light at the end, my hands reach into the nothingness, which nearly causes me to panic and fall. I couldn't see it at first, but there was a path hiding to the right with it waiting in ambush. Nothing there I can see except more shadow. Soft darkness waiting for me to wade its waters. If I go down the direction anyways. Which way do I go? Towards the light. The lit room at the end of the hallway is a dead end. A surprisingly large room with nothing in it. It's probably some kind of storage room. I'm surprised no one's made it their home though. People kill each other in Bricktown over rooms a quarter of this size. There was a hole in the wall here apparently. Did it used to lead somewhere? There was a hole here. It's gone now. I fixed it. Doesn't matter now, I guess. I should go back to the other way, down the side hall. Nothing for me this direction. I think that... But then something catches my eye. One of those heartbeat listening things. Odd place for one of those to be, though. Maybe Spruce might want it? I should take it with me. Reaching my hand towards it, something in the air, an ugly buzz that hovers just above the quiet, a tremor in the air around my hand. Before I can pull back, I've already picked it up. Another memory. Flashbang! Pshoo! Sterile room. It sits in a nexus for the lost and destitute. A woman sits there, a bundle of nerves. Her eyes scan the room. The walls are barren, save for that strange symbol on the nexus where the lost and destitute had a fixation for. The cabinets to the other side of the room must be full of that shit they injected into you whenever you overdose. An undo button of sorts, she calls as she thinks to herself. The girl ponders how much money must have been spent in vain attempts to prolong the lives of people like herself. People so hopelessly stuck in their own brains or in the cruel chemistry of their own bodies that they cannot help but pursue self-destruction. People who carelessly treat their lives just as disposable as a tissue. People willing to burn every bridge, turn over every stone, leverage every asset, all for just one more time. Hospitals and medicine, as far as Loretta was concerned, were for people far more deserving. People that will actually get better. People that actually want to get better. Not filth like her. Part of her wishes her mother had just given up on her for her own good. Then it would be easier for Loretta to kill herself in peace with a cosmic high so strong it could pulverize her soul into shards of glass and fry her brain like an omelet. And she and her useless, selfish little heart could finally rest. That kind of death, or even better, a world where she simply never existed. These kinds of thoughts were medicinal to Loretta. When things were at the worst, she simply could retreat into a reality where she simply never was, and those that she hurt would live unsullied, beautiful lives, where every goal was achieved, goals impeded by Loretta's existence. And who knows, maybe if she found a place where no one could find her and the keys to that pill cabinet, she could make her dreams come true, with one beautiful explosion of euphoric chemicals that would make rock stars blush. Her thoughts are interrupted. A door opens. A doctor walks in, his face stiff, lips pursed in a small, tight frown. He was rehearsed in a mirror, but performance anxiety still grips him.
So, what's wrong with me, Doc? Sheena's been saying it's just withdrawal, but this doesn't feel like it. I'm worried it's something worse.
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Loretta, but you're pregnant.
Why is it in one ear? I don't like that it just hits me from one ear. It went from just normal to ASMR time. Come on, bro. Okay, Loretta's preggers. She looks at the doctor, stuck with consternation.
What?
You're pregnant. We'll have to do an ultrasound to figure out how long you've been pregnant for. But pregnant all the same.
Pregnant? Incest? Oh my god. No. This has nothing to do with incest. As far as we know.
How is this possible? How could I not know?
I don't know. Did you get cream pied? Like, I feel like you should know. Unless it was during one of your overdoses, in which case things could happen. So I guess that's like the only way you could not know. Metamorphosis. Like the Eastern comic.
It's rare, but still more common than you might realize. It's called a cryptic pregnancy.
What the fuck is a cryptic pregnancy? Okay. The woman's brain explodes in panic, pulses of memories, dingy rooms, memories of pills, burning nostrils. Enough to kill a racehorse, a friend remarks. Amazed you're still breathing.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
She got stuffed with meat, for sure.
Would you like me to show you the blood test results?
Blood test results? I don't think that's how... That doesn't sound right. More memories assault her mind. I don't care if it kills me. It's one less shitty person in the world. It's the only thing that helps anymore. Leave me alone. I'll do whatever you want. I need it, please. It's my life to ruin, not yours.
Fuck you and your tests. You're lying to me. You're fucking with me.
Loretta, I'm really sorry you had to find out like this, but it's the truth. You're going to have a baby.
Why you say it like that? You're going to have a baby. At least the audio is more normal now. Thankfully. The doctor's face is stone. He's as serious as can be.
There's no fucking way.
Do you need a moment to yourself?
Yeah. Yes, please.
The doctor goes to leave. He stops, looks back at the woman for a moment, then he leaves, closing the door behind him. The loneliness swallows her heart like a brick in the ocean. Wow. I think I've gone insane, or I'm on the cusp of it. Lovely. Do I even want to try to make sense of what I just saw? Nuh-uh. Later, in a place that's less creepy than this, preferably. I go back and head down the side hall I walked past before. Come to the river, pick yourself a body bag. Body sag? I think it might be sag. No, body bag. The side hall into the darkness eventually leads me to an edge that's lit by a small window with a single doorway. The glimpsing out the window, I think I'm on the 2nd or 3rd floor. It's a little hard to tell for sure. Wasn't I just underground or something? I didn't even go up any stairs. This building doesn't make a lot of sense to me. More artwork too. These drawings seem to be mostly done with chalk or very thin paint. Some of it seems to glow faintly in the dark. A message too. Come to the river, pick yourself a body bag. I really shouldn't stick around long, but for some reason I feel like I want to examine this room closer. Gonna save real quick. What should I do? Why not? Examine the room. I can't help it. I have to look around here. Something's calling me. I look around carefully, shuffling around pieces of broken glass, torn carpet, assorted trash left behind. Signs of life long moved on. Now that I'm paying more attention, there's an odor in here. It's faint, but with a glimpse of it in my nostrils, It's faint, but what glimpses of it my nostrils have are repulsive. Yeah? Body of something. I nearly jump out of my skin at the sight of a dissected skeleton of something. A rat, maybe? Who knows how long that's been there. Next to it is a note scrawled on a dirty cardboard in a manic hand. Yeah, I'm too curious. I've spent this long searching on nothing but a hunch. Maybe the note's what I'm looking for. I haven't eaten in weeks. My stomach hurts a lot. I found a dead rat, probably scurried away from the butcher, clawed at the walls till it died hungry, itchy, scratchy. No one found it in the dark except for flies and me. The flies ate and ate and ate and fucked and ate and laid eggs all inside its guts. Dead and rotting. Its eyes melted out of its head. Lots of eggs. Yummy eggs, dotting its skin like grains of rice. I ate it. My tummy stopped hurting. I feel alive again. But now my stomach is going buzzy buzz. See, buzzy 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 buzzy, but that's a lot of buzzy. Interesting commentary our fellow here has to mention. Just gonna skip through that. I drop the filthy note on the ground and begin to walk away, but something else catches my eye. Society for Innate Relief. Learn to live with yourself again, and that's the Mother Matron symbol, though. The Wadi Foundation. It looks like some kind of pamphlet. Is that a mother's mark? Reaching my hand towards it, something in the air, an ugly buzz that hovers just above the quiet, a tremor in my hand. Okay, I've already picked the paper up. This might maybe be like weird flashbacks of like the I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with like the first generation or whatever the hell they called it during whatever collapses that happened, or maybe not. Maybe it's something completely different. Maybe this is meant to be like this whole thing is just a metaphor of our state of mind or something. Could be. Kind of seems a little plausible, but mayhaps. We don't have a lot to suggest that, though. A hallway. It sits in the nexus of for the lost and destitute, a shelter for the broken and vulnerable that can't let go. In that same hallway, on a wooden chair, sits a woman. She has dark, messy hair, a t-shirt bearing artwork commemorating the tour of a long-forgotten band from decades ago. The radio stopped whispering their tunes, but in her mind, they're full volume on repeat. Background noise to a party that she wishes never stopped. Good times long gone. She looks at a pamphlet she was handed during orientation. Not even worth the paper it's printed on, she thinks to herself. She throws the pamphlet into the trash can down the hall with a Fox basketball toss and sighs. She has not noticed, but a young girl with blonde hair and a sweater has taken the seat next to her. She sits there idly for a moment, expecting the dark-haired woman to acknowledge her. However, the woman with the dark hair is lost in space, at least 2 minutes into a song about someone in the corner, in a spotlight losing their religion. The world around her might as well not even have existed. Unfettered, the girl with the blonde hair and the sweater speaks.
So, what are you here for?
Can you even avoid picking any of these up? Nope. Once you go into a room, it kind of just happens. So what are you here for? The girl is unflappable.
That's okay. You don't have to tell me.
You feel like each of these room there's damn, I can't read. You feel like in each room there's an item like this you can't avoid. Yep. I said what you thunk. Yeah, that's because it's what literally happened. You walk into a room, you kind of get given a decision every now and again, and then it's like, boom, thing happens. They pause then. Meth.
Huh? That's what I'm here to kick. Wasn't my idea, but my folks got worried about me.
Damn, a girl on meth? Crazy. The girl with dark hair stares a little too long without saying anything.
Expecting someone more ghoulish?
No, it's not that.
I'm just teasing you.
She didn't find it curious, though. For a meth head, she looked great. Was she lying? No. Now that the cat was out of the bag, she could see there was a slight gauntness in her cheeks, a subtle tiredness to her eyes. Presumably, she had been caught early on her addictive cycle, before the real damage could begin. And the woman with the dark hair is pensive. The armor on her tongue suddenly cracks as the blonde girl looks at her warmly.
Oxy. My mom dropped me off here.
I see. That's rough. A cousin of mine died from that stuff.
The plucky girl nods in understanding. She flashes a bright smile at the girl with the dark hair.
What's your name?
The girl waits a moment, thoughtfully. Then... Loretta.
I'm Sheena. Nice to meet you.
Sheena and Loretta. What in the world? Where was that? When was that? Why did I see that? Am I losing it? A little. Just a tad bit. I should get moving. This place is getting to me. Gotta get rich and get out of here. Through the dark, I find a winding stairwell looming into a void. After following a winding staircase, which had a strange absence of landings, I finally reach its bottom. The acid in my legs is burning brilliantly after all those stairs, though I'm thankful they were downward. Ahead is a small room, fortunately brightly lit by light from the outside. Ah, this place seems a little better. The warmth of the light coming in from the window is comforting. From what I can see here, there's a bathroom to my left, and a door to the end of the hallway. What should I do? I examine the bathroom. This place is filthy. I bet dung beetles would love this place. Imagine that being your life, rolling a big ball of turds all over the place that you eat from and keep your babies in. Gross. What's that? Reaching down towards it. Something. Oh, yeah, okay, another item to get a flashback with before I can play back. I already picked up the object. It's a ripped off fingernail. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. I don't want to see that. It's a dark, tiled room. The door is locked. The room has not been cleaned in days. It sits in the darkest corner of the Nexus for the lost and destitute. Gore in my gore games. There's just certain things that like gross me out, okay? Listen, it's just, I don't know why. It just does. Certain things I'm cool with, other things it's like, ew, icky. Not a big deal, okay? It's not a big deal. I just don't like the idea of like ripped off nails. It's like fucking gross. You know? Show me a person with 38 stab wounds, but not a person with a fingernail ripped off. A girl has been trapped inside this room for just as long, though the mess is not hers. It's the mess of countless others that were here before her. Her clothes are old and in tatters, not hers, handed down, uncomfortable and filthy, hardly fit for any human being. It's 28 stab wounds. I messed it up, my bad. The girl holds her torn off nail in her palm of her hand, her index finger burning with pain. The girl has been pounding her fist against the locked door and the tiled wall next to it for hours. Blood is dripping and splashing at her toes. Her nails are chipped and bleeding from scratching at the walls like a furious cat. One was torn off completely.
What's up with the self-help bullshit? None of it helps! I can't even feel anything anymore! It's all just... It feels like static. Just noise! All the time! You don't fucking get it!
Okay. Sheena is not having a good time. Detroit Become Human was great. It's a little awkward here and there, admittedly, like, from what I've seen anyway.
It's not like you really care about me anyways. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! I need to get gas so fucking bad, man! I can't take this anymore!
Did they just, like, put her in fucking solitary? I don't think you're supposed to do that with addicts of any kind. You know, you're not supposed to do that with people in general. Don't just put them in the box, okay? Hours pass. How many? She doesn't know. Too many.
Please. Let me out of here. It all hurts. It all hurts. Why is it so cold here? Are you trying to freeze me to death? Is that what you want, you freaks?
Hours pass. How many? She doesn't know. Too many.
I just want to go home.
Her body hurts all over. Her stomach has felt like a cauldron for what seems like an eternity. She can almost imagine little holes forming in her stomach lining as it cannibalizes itself. Cannibalizing itself. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's what was required of Sheena. How hard could it be? She's always heard that the force it takes to bite through a finger is little more than biting through a carrot. Her fingers are bony and thin, but look at the flesh on the finger where her nail fell off. Look how the red glistens on the nail bed, like sherry sauce on a sundae. It is not like sherry sauce on a sundae. Maybe it's delicious, like heaven and life all at once, right on your tongue. Now that she mentioned like like sherry glaze on like a sundae or whatever, I kind of want one now. I know this is not the time for that, but like considering what's going on with this poor girl, but like she mentioned it and I'm like, you know, that would be kind of good though. Just as she begins to open her mouth, the door swings open, and if it was that easy, as if it was that easy the whole time. A man stands there. His eyes are filled with a dark determination that's somehow more frightening than death to Sheena. I can get you what you need, but you're going to have to help me with something first. Take this and come with me. He hands the girl an old, rusted kitchen knife and begins walking. She stares at it for a moment, stunned and whimpering. Then she follows. Holy sheesh. I forgot she doesn't want to like swear because she thinks curse words are gonna actually like curse people or something. That was so vivid and real. I'm out of breath. My fingers hurt too. I should get moving. There's gotta be something better through that other door. At the very least, I do not want to be here anymore. You know, call me crazy if you want, but I have a good feeling about this door. Do you now? Maybe you are crazy. Oh, Mother, I really am going crazy. Oh, Mother. Get it together, Lizzie. Get it together. I knock on the door gently. Hello? Is anyone here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Fucking hell, okay. Richie, you can chill out, you know? I shriek and stumble backwards. Where the heck did you come from? Sorry, I was sleeping.
That's weird.
You smell kind of funny. The flank of bizarre steak in my pocket oozes. Without thinking, I almost tell him about it, but then the shame of having to justify the purchase seals my lips. That's not important. Where have you even been? Where were you even sleeping at? You popped out of nowhere. Scared me half to death. Oh, over there. He gestures to a small, cramped-looking hole in the northern wall. Is there a bed in there or something?
No.
This man is just sleeping in a hole. Just no. Poor lad. So, you don't sleep in a bed? Just in a little hole in the wall? Yes? Why is he shimmying like that? He fidgets a little. I had one for a while, but a couple of those AC gang guys came by and took it. Not that I minded. They needed a place to sleep. I'm happy to help. Ground's just fine for me. He looks like a... like a what? Like a Venture brother? I wouldn't know who you're referring to. Venture brother. Did they threaten you? Oh, not at all. Oh, that's good. They just kept punching me over and over until I gave it to them. They didn't bother threatening me. This poor kid. I don't recommend taking their... I don't recommend taking the share, by the way. It makes your tailbone hurt after a few minutes. Also, the one leg just likes to come off sometimes, but you can slap it back on. What? The table is good, though. I'd really like to keep it. I really like to keep that, but if it stops you from punching me, I don't mind giving it to you. Please leave the blanket in here, though. I don't like eating off the floor, and last week the neighbor brothers lost their frisbee, so I had to give them my plate. I'm not here to take your stuff. Oh, you're not? That's a relief. What are you here for, then? God damn. Nobody comes to visit this poor guy other than to take his shit. Like, what a life. It's just the thing he expects. He's like, yeah, you know, I don't recommend the share. Yeah, I would like to keep the table, but, like, it's good. Oh, no. I explained how I got the letter from the Mother Matron and needed to find the boys she mentioned in the letter. Oh, I got one of those letters too. To be honest, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do about that. I thought about just curling up and going to sleep until but it was hard to sleep. He nervously tries to peer behind me. They were still around earlier. You didn't run into any of the ACs, did you? No, I didn't. I think it's safe to leave now. I pondered telling him about some of the other things I saw on the way here, but he'd probably think I was insane. You're rich, right?
My name is Rich, but I don't have any money or anything.
Obviously. Again, not here to take things from you. I literally just told you I came here because of the letter. Ah, right. Sorry. Force of habit. Nice to meet you, Pucks, I'm guessing? No, my name is Lizzie. Weird, you look like a Pucks. What does that... You know what? Not gonna bother. You look like a Pucks. I feel slight offense for Lizzie's behalf. I'm guessing that means you don't know who he is or where he is. Nope, not at all. Why does he sound so proud when he says that? Great. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. We'll just have to go look for him then. How about we head to the market? I kinda worked up an appetite trying to find you. You do look like a pox. Me? Ay, ay, ay. Let me skedaddle to the restroom real quick. I'll be right on back. I return. I think I'm only gonna continue for like a few more minutes and then the stream, you know, on this third hour mark. I guess I'm feeling a bit tired. I don't know why. I'm like, bleh. Tiredness. I need a nap or something. And I'm feeling a bit cold. I think I'm just gonna like, just curl up under my blankets a bit. Next time we play this doll, I'll try to go all the way till the end. It shouldn't be that much longer, honestly. Sure, that sounds great. I'm always hungry. All the time. Let's go. Rich sprints the way out through the building. I struggle to keep up. I forgot what we said to him. No, it's okay. We'll just have to go look for him then. How about we head to the market? I kind of worked up an appetite trying to find you. But we do have to meet, so... We're gonna eat that, or...? But then I noticed something. This is not the room from before. I was back at that one hallway from before the junction where the symbol painted on the wall. It's like I teleported. Or more like the building shifted. I freeze. A cold sweat breaks out on my forehead. What is happening to me? Hey, Lizzie, what you doing? Something wrong? Nothing. I'm coming. Just got a little lost is all. I trot along, trying to shake the anxiety off like cobwebs. It still eats at me. We visited my favorite food stand, which sits far away from meaty Marissa's booth of mystery meat and sold skewers. Oddly, I can almost swear I still feel her gaze. Wait, she's over there. She's keeping her distance, but I can see her watching. She's crouched inside a barrel. You can tell she's there by the big explosion of hair. She's laser focused on Rich and has not noticed that I have noticed her. She's talking to Rich? Oh boy. She's got a thing for the lad. Who knew? Literally me. I knew. Oh well, I think she's harmless. She's leaving us alone for now, at least. And I think she just wants to oogle her crush. I certainly will be better equipped to deal with anything that might happen on a full stomach, at least. The delightful smell of a grilled rat and vegetable makes its way up my nose and tickles the parts of my brain that cause my mouth to salivate. They have vegetables? The strange slimy meat sticking out up my pocket made my stomach churn and twist like a writhing worm, so I decided to go vegetarian. My skewer is carrot and potato. Rich, beaming and blissfully ignorant of meaty Marissa's shop of horrors, orders a rat skewer. I hand them my drachma and we head off to find a corner to hang out and eat. Oh wow, thank you so much. I don't know how I'll pay you back, but if I take too long, just keep your punches to my body and not my face. I have a really bad toothache as it is. I think we'll end it off on that for today. This story does have its silliness, you know, as well as its seriousness, I suppose, in those little flashbacks. Still want to figure out what the hell that's all about. That's got my curiosity piqued, for sure. And we don't really have any info other than, you know, there are symbols in those flashbacks that are similar, or, well, they are the same as the matron's symbol. Rick is Knuff. He certainly is. Sure. Anyhow, I shall bid thee farewell. I hope you all have a great rest of your mornings, afternoons, evenings, and nights, wherever and whenever you are. May the gods bless you. May the stars shine in your honor. I think tomorrow... What do we do tomorrow? Tomorrow. Morrowind tomorrow. So yippee. Yippee for that. Take care of yourselves. I'll see ya whenever I see ya. And bye-bye. Thanks for the stream. Get your rest. Enjoy your rat and cheese meal. I'm sure I will. See ya.